All right, everybody. Welcome back here. Round 6, South Florida Mini GP. We are in the house here. Weather is cooperating. It's a beautiful day for racing this afternoon. Got a little bit of a late start here, but we got some really talented riders here coming from MonkeyBike. MonkeyBike is on the grid right now. Who wants it? Who needs it? See Isaac on the grid over here, getting ready and set. He's looking for that W today, but he's going to have some competition behind him, so we'll see how this one unfolds. Riders are gridding up as we speak. Track is drying out really good in turn 1 as well. Just getting a few riders back on the grid here, getting everybody situated and sorted. All right, riders are in position here for MonkeyBike. This is going to be the first main event of the day. All right, Michael Carrera getting everything ready to go here. About to get the green flag to go. Green flag will be dropping here in just a sec. Got Isaac Woodworth, Devin Houston, Tristan, Chris, Ranger, and here comes the green flag about to go, and here comes the riders as they go. Looks like Isaac takes the lead here. Isaac Woodworth has got the lead and got the whole shot going into turn 1. It's going to be a heck of a battle today. Isaac's got the lead by, it looks like, about 2 bike lengths so far. You got Devin Houston, Tristan Dembowski, Chris Glandon, Rendra, Melindo, Eli Bolton, Matt Dexter's in the house, Carpick, Casey Garner, Tony Rodriguez. It's going to be a shape up to be a good one, boys.
Yeah, this is another easy, cheap class to get into. This is MonkeyBike, so anybody with a Grom, a Z125, a Benelli, any of those kind of bikes, throw some race tires on them, throw some springs in the suspension, pop in an exhaust, which is what normal people do. I mean, you're in the Orlando area. There's got to be 200,000 of these Groms in that area. So if we can get 1% of those guys to come out and join this class, they have no idea how much better riders they'd become.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we have a bunch of Groms in the house in Orlando. That's where I'm from, of course, and it's going to be a really stacked field today. But this class has just grown over the years, as we've seen, and it looks like Isaac has opened up the lead quite a bit right here. He's opened it up to about a 3.2-second lead already. So Isaac has got his work cut out right here. He is gone, leaving the pack as we speak, as the rest of the field streams through. Like I said earlier, the track is drying out significantly. We had a lot of weather, bad weather earlier. The skies are getting there. Sunny and blue again. We did have a little bit of a scare there earlier with the weather with some thunderstorms, but it has cleared up good, and MonkeyBike is on the track here. This is going to be an exciting one to watch, Michael. As the riders just keep streaming through here. Isaac has got the lead. Second, third, fourth, and fifth is right there on the heels as well. But Isaac just is pulling that lead right there. Stretch it out now. It looks like, ooh, he has got it there. Pulled it out to about a 7.5-second lead. This kid's on it. Matt Dexter in the house here doing some photos for us. Really appreciate him doing the South Florida Mini GP series for us, doing all the photos. Thanks a lot. And Isaac has pulled it up another 6.5 seconds. It is crazy. Great racing all the way around. This field is stretched out tremendously.
Who did he finish after?
I want to say around 7.
He finished in front of Cole or after Cole?
He finished after Cole.
All right, so sit him in 8th and we'll go from there.
I think we were 7th, right? Yeah. All right, man. Thank you.
Oh man, our MonkeyBikes. You know, we started this class because a lot of people were like, man, I don't feel like dumping a bunch of money into my bike to make it all fast for F1, right? We didn't have a MonkeyBike. MonkeyBike's kind of like 2-3 years old right now. And it was like, man, I got a Grom and I got to set up for the street. I got some cool stuff, but I don't want to race at F1. All these guys have, you know, F1's an open class for the adults, for people who want to dump some money into their bike and make them uber fast. MonkeyBike is simple. Again, throw some tires on it, throw an exhaust on it, which is what everybody does anyway, right? And just come out and play. We've got leathers. Leathers don't cost you anything, or we provide the leathers for free. So bring your Grom out, you know, take off the license plate, tape up the headlight, the tail light, and come out and play. And a lot of these guys that you see out here are guys that tried it once and were like, man, this was fun. This was fun. I want to do this again. And here they are. The class has, what, 9 riders in it right now. I think we started with 4.
It's amazing to see the progression of this class over the years. The Groms, like we talked about, very, very popular on the streets, Orlando, Tampa, Miami. I've seen them everywhere, and it's a really cheap class to go there, and Isaac just keeps pulling out the pen right here. He has opened up the gap at least to an 8.5 second lead now. These boys are cooking right here. I'm glad the weather cooperated for us today, and it's great to start this day off with MonkeyBike for the main event. Just an awesome, awesome class. Really looking forward to seeing how this one finishes.
Yeah, dude, no, the weather gave us a little bit of a downpour early on today, but the track is 90% dry at this point. It looks good, looks great. And let's talk about the platform a little bit, right? So it's a Grom. It's got a little 125cc single piston. There really isn't much to the bike. It's got some 12-inch rims. A lot of people turn them into little wheelie machines and stuff like that, and that's really a sprocket change at that point. I mean, you can't kill the bike. As long as it's got oil in it, throw some fuel from the gas station, and you're ready to go. So it's a real, real easy platform, and you can probably pick them up used for like $2,000 at the most, right? Maybe? What's an exhaust go for it? Couple $100?
Yeah, a couple $100.
Couple $100 for an exhaust. I think springs are another couple $100, and that's it. Another couple $100 for less than $3,000. You're out here racing. And you really can't do any other kind of racing cheaper than that, honestly.
Exactly. You know, you hit the nail right on the head, Michael. You talk about this class, you talk about the, you know, how inexpensive it really is, and it really is good. You know, you buy some leathers, you buy the bike, you know, you're in it $3,600, you know, and a lot of good people in the racing community, and there's a lot of these bikes that are just destroyed on the street, so it's really cool to see these guys bring these bikes to an element here to South Florida MonkeyGP, improve their skills. If not anything, just go out there and have fun.
Yeah, and they take them one step further. Like, some of the guys really start to modify them and personalize them, right? They get the cool little decals, right? I'm sure 77 Decals has hit a couple of these guys with their Groms just to make the bike stand out a little bit. It's really cool when you come up and be like, bro, I'm about to get me a race number. Like, what race number is available? That's cool. You put a race number on a bike. It's all those little things that kind of make you feel like you're in. Devin's coming across the start-finish here. I believe he's got a 77 Decals kind of thing going on. And it's easy, right? That's the whole idea. Sure, we've got classes if you want to dump some money into your bike, but at the end of the day, we're having fun. We have fun. It's the camaraderie. It's the memories. It's the different tracks you get to go to and the different people you get to mess around with. Everybody in the paddock wants to help you. It's a very, very family, enthusiastic environment.
Definitely is the class to be in, you know, especially for the money. It is perfect. Isaac, it just keeps pulling the pin out here, man. He has opened that gap at least over to 15 seconds at least, it seems. Really, really going good here. All these riders just really showing a lot of potential. And like I said, this class is just amazing. I'm very proud to be watching this class over the years. It's progressed since 2018, 2019 when it was really introduced, and really watching them at different tracks, and especially at this track. There's a lot of grip here at this track, and just really, really interesting to watch. The riders are screaming through right here. It looks like turn 1 is getting a little better with the patches of water right there. That is awesome. Dark and stormy clouds earlier, but we have gone on to sunny skies here in Andersen Park.
Yeah, let me give you some of the order. Right now, we're just one lap past halfway through. So let's get our over 40 guys. Over 40 guys, first call, first call. Halfway through the race, over 40 guys, first call. And right now, you've got Isaac leading roughly. Isaac's lapping about a second and a half quicker than Devin right now. You've got Devin in second, followed by Tristan Dembowski in third, Mr. Rendra in fourth, Eli Bowl in fifth, Chris Stojanovic sixth, Chris Glandon seventh, Kathardik Kandavarapu. Man, I murdered your last name, buddy. I am so sorry. You're in eighth, and Tony Rodriguez bringing in the rear in ninth. So a lot of you guys out here having fun. I think we've only got one kid out here on the track. The rest of these guys are adults. Isaac's the only one under 15 right now. Everybody else is adults out here having fun. Family members, they got their families here. They got their girlfriends here, wives here, supporting them in the pits. They're all hanging out with everybody else. So it's a fun time, dude. It's a fun time. Can't beat the weather. The rain kind of cooled everything down. So having a blast.
We're running 12 laps in this one, correct? 12 lap main events here. You can't beat it. We had to shorten up the qualifying sessions by a few laps. That was all right, though. All the riders got agreed with it. You know, time management is a factor here, of course. We have lights here, but we're not looking to take it that far.
Not on a Sunday night.
Not on a Sunday night, at least. But no, right here, the riders are really enjoying the races today. And this one right here, MonkeyBike for the premier class right here, it's going to be awesome. A lot of really good classes coming up. We talk about Motard, Stock 110. We talk about a lot of the other classes. But this one is very interesting and unique just for the fact that it is cost-effective here. It's not that bad to go racing at this level.
No, and we take the excuses away, right? Because I do it a lot of time in my videos online. You know, our media group, Abbott Productions group, kind of started coaching me on how to do some of these videos because I started rough on these, boy. He would text me like, Mike, what was that, dude? You look like a zombie. So now I'm getting all creative, all excited about it. And a lot of the questions I get is, Mike, I don't have a bike. Okay, easy. We've got a 34-foot trailer full of them. Next question. I don't have any gear. Easy. I got a 34-foot trailer full of it. Mike, I don't know how to ride a bike. Awesome. We've got coaches. That's why we're here, right? Yes, we have some races. Yes, we have a championship. But we've also got a 3-day camp. We've got development days. We've got training days to bring people out and teach them and show them what's done. And then this year we stepped up to the, what are we calling it? The bridge program. So now we're doing 300s and 400s, nothing bigger, out of Jennings, beautiful facility that you can go out, ride on, and you get coached there as well. So, okay, fine. You don't want to come out and play on a kid's bike, but you've got a 300 or 400 sitting at home. Bring those out to the bridge program. Let's have some fun. Let's teach you how to ride it. You don't want to race? Fine. We can still make you safer on the street. At the end of the day, we want to make you smarter, safer, and more adaptive to what happens out on the road. Because the road is dangerous, bro.
Road is very dangerous, and you called it right there again. As everybody's streaming through here, we're going to check out the results. We're going to give you the lineup here. Second call for over 40. Second call for over 40. As the laps are winding down here, we still have Isaac Woodworth in the number 1 position, Devin Houston in the 2nd position, Tristan Bolin right there, Eli Bolin, sorry about that, Renda Melendo, Chris Glandon, Chris Steadyruck, Caprick, Tony Rodriguez, and Eli Bolin right there coming up the rear. Laps are winding down as we are. We have 1 lap to go, 1 lap of competition left here in MonkeyBike. This has been a very interesting one. This has been Isaac's all the way through. Isaac has not put a wheel wrong. He has been looking good all season long. Isaac Woodworth on the Honda Grom. Looking very solid here. Everybody, all the competitors here, Tristan, Rendra, all these guys just really, really pushing the envelope today. So white flag is out as these riders will be coming to the checkered flag here in half a lap.
Taylor said somebody went over the wall.
And Isaac Woodworth is going to take MonkeyBike victory here with a nice little wheelie across the line. Matt Dexter getting the sweet picks as always. We do have a rider that did go over the wall over here, so we're going to check on him as the checkered flag is out for the rest of the field here as they stream through to finish this 12-lap MonkeyBike main event. What a race. Very good racing. What don't you think, buddy?
Very good race.
What classes are you going to run today, buddy?
Spec 110, Spec 50, Mini GP Pro, and Ovala.
Tell everybody who you are.
Grayson.
Grayson Carrera right here visiting over here us at our little booth under here in the tent. Grayson, you were looking good in your heat races, buddy. Tell us what you're going to do for the mains.
I'm going to brake later in turn 6 and 7. Hopefully a good hole shot on in the main. And yeah, just go.
Grayson, how old are you now, bud?
9.
9 years old out here and making a statement. You've been doing this for quite a few years, buddy. I remember watching Julian race and watching you race coming up the years. It's been really, really good for you, man.
Yeah, 3 years. It's been a long time, but I've been watching my races and my brother's races, and he's doing good out there in England. Today he got 14th, not what I was thinking yesterday, but yeah, be good.
Well, there you go, bud. You got to do what you got to do right there. And your brother's been really doing good in the Honda British Cup, as we've been watching over the season in 2022. And you're looking to follow in his footsteps there, man. How do you feel about that?
Good. Very good. Yeah.
All right, Grayson, man, we appreciate it, man. And yeah, let's keep the turn six thing to us, okay? We don't want everybody to know your secrets, bud. But no, it's gonna be good, man. So yep, we're gonna be running some good classes today, and yep. So we have 11 more races on the schedule today. So we're gonna be coming up, and the next race on the schedule is gonna be 40 plus stock 125. Stay tuned, everyone. We'll be right back, and we'll do clean up the track here. Don't go nowhere.
Why were you so slow in your wallet? I just started out on it. This is my second time on your wallet. I thought you rode a herring. Yeah, I rode a herring. That's a whole different track. Well, luckily, guess what? We have herring. And I think the second to last race, next race, it's herring. I'll beat you in the wallet in herring. I don't know about Carter though, or EJ. I'm dragging elbow at here. I'm dragging elbow to every single.
As we're waiting for the track to get cleaned up here, I want to give a big thanks to Andersen Race Park for having South Florida Mini GP in the house today. Very good, clear weather right now. Has experienced a little rain earlier, but hey, we live in Florida. What are you going to do? More rider interviews to come throughout the day. 11 more races on the schedule. 40 plus stock 125, Super Mini, Spec 50, F1, GP 120, Spec 110, FZ, GP Lite, Mini Pro, Stock 125, GP 110, GP Premier, and Motard are going to be on the schedule for today's events. Should be an interesting one.
Someone crashed, like real hard into the barrier.
Want to thank all the volunteers for South Florida Mini GP as well, getting everything tightened up for us as we're going to start this second main event here in just a few moments here. 40 plus stock 125 is going to be next.
Did we see how that finished? Because I don't think I stopped it.
I bet he's faster than you.
There's a pen somewhere, yeah?
How we doing? Good, man. Good, brother.
Good.
Hey, Matt, let me know. We good? Thank you, buddy.
You needed water? Daddy, you need water?
I'll take a water, Buffy, sure. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. You are awesome in more way than one.
Are you guys talking about the camp?
Pretty big creature.
All right, everyone. We are going to start here with 40 plus stock 125 class. A lot of TTR 125s out here, a lot of Z 125s. Sam Clark right there getting in position. Pat Sheridan right there. He has been the fast guy all day here in this qualifying sessions earlier. We got Rick Podless on the grid. We got John Wahlberg and many other heavy hitters that are going to be coming up through the field right here. Stay tuned for this next race, 40 plus stock 125 class. What's cool about this class is it's very entry-level class. A lot of riders on TTR 125s, as we see. A lot of the L models, a lot of Z 125s. So it's very, very competitive here. You got more of a supermoto bike compared with the TTR 125s. The Z 125s, as we were talking like a MonkeyBike, you could do some modifications on this class, but that's really about it. Not much else. As the rider's going to put it in gear, the green flag's about to drop. Mike Carrera's got the flag in his hand, and we're going to go racing. Looks like Sam Clark and Pat Sheridan right there. Pat Sheridan right there has got into third place, but it looks like it's going to be Clark that's going to be leading it here in the turn one. As they're stretching out here, going through turn one right here. 12 laps for these main events. This is going to be a good one, Michael.
Yeah, I have fun with this class. I mean, I know I joke that they're all old, over 40, AARP, Viagra, Cialis kind of stuff going on, but I got to give these guys a lot of credit. I'm turning 40 next year. So I guarantee you I'm joining this class. I'm hopping on someone's bike and I'm racing this just so that way people can talk junk about me. But I love it. It's awesome. These guys have a blast. A lot of them are parents that are here with their kids. Other guys are old racers that just don't want to deal with the craziness of the big tracks or the danger of the big tracks, so they come out and they play on these little bikes. And again, it's a cheap, easy class to get into. You can pick up a TTR 125, a CRS 125, or a Grom, or a Z. You don't have to do anything to it. Put some race tires on it, and let's come out and play. Honestly, it's a super, super easy class. Again, under $2,000, you can come out here and ride and have a blast.
Yeah, that's exactly what you were saying right there. Very, very cheap, affordable class. And you got to remember, these guys have jobs on Mondays, too, a lot of these guys. So they got to go to work tomorrow. But they are having a blast on these Z125s, TTRs. And looks like Sam Clark right there has got the lead again right there. He has not relinquished it yet, but as I say that, the lead changes hands right there. Pat Sheridan right there as well. So the lead is changing ever so slightly here. Great battle.
And I think Sam needs to keep a cool head, because right now he's having a tough time going through turns 4, 5, and 6, and that's when these guys just closed in a lot on that gap. And he just blew that turn again wide. Pat set him up, and it looks like, yep, Pat takes the lead now. So Sam's got to just stay patient, nice and calm, because now he's got Zach behind him too, and Zach's another really good quality racer that's going to take, the moment you make a mistake, he's taking the spot.
One thing I've been looking around at Pat over the years and watching him, progress over even just road racing back in the days, watching him BMX race even on two wheels, and even doing the South Florida Main GP stuff. He has really grown into this class, and a lot of people say Pat is like, he needs to get out of this class, but he's out there having a good time. Sam Clark is getting some pressure now from Zach, as Zach is trying to go on the inside right there. That's not going to work for him right there. Sam Clark is still holding that second position, but Zach is right there on him. Pat Sheridan right there is going to look like he's holding about a 1.5 second gap, so that is a pretty good gap for Pat right there. That's the biggest gap we've seen in this main event so far, still as the laps are ticking down. Pat is right there. Sam Clark, though, getting a little more pressure from Zach as the laps are winding down. It's interesting about Sam, though, watching his riding position earlier. He's real smooth on the bike right there, but there's a few turns in there or in the back section where he's getting a little bumpy right there. I don't know if it's just suspension issues or what's going on, but it seems like Pat can get right there as he's pulling out the gap a little bit more. But Pat seems like he's got a really good rhythm going into the rear section.
Yeah, Sam's an old racer that he's used to the TZs and the RS 125s and those old 500 GP two-stroke bikes. And I've been trying to work with him on the body position, because as you watch him, right, as he's coming around, he's all butt off the seat and head is sitting straight up in the bike. So it doesn't allow him to turn the bike as easily as Zach or Pat, who have kind of taken to the new style of riding, right, where it's head first, keep your butt on the seat, knee down, drive the bike with your head. So Sam's got some work in some of the tighter sections there where his body position is really what's hindering him from gaining some speed, because he's really good on the brakes, really deep on them. He just can't get the bike turned quick enough, and a lot of it's because the bike doesn't know what he wants to do. His head's kind of sitting dead center.
You got to keep that head, especially with the new riding of in any of these bikes. You look at any of the like sport bike, street bike stuff. You're looking at even Grom racing and any mini GP racing. You have to keep the body position. Everything's different on every bike. We've noticed that over the years. And like I always tell Pat, hey, this ain't the 90s no more, buddy. You got to ride in these new millennium, and you got to ride the bike a little differently. And now it's elbows on the ground, and you got these kids going down there. So his old riding style is great. It seems to be working for him really good. And he's opened up the gap now. Gap looks like it's about a 5.5 second lead. Could be a little more now. as we're looking at time and scoring here. But the battle is really on the track is going to be for second and third. Sam Clark and Zach are really, really going for that second and third position here. Very impressed with Sam right here. You just got to keep his cool, keep the composure going. Zach's right there, though. He's ready to pounce. He knows when he gets down to the laps here. It's going to come down to the wire between these two. If Pat doesn't make a mistake, Pat is going to be able to seal this up, but there's still quite a lot of laps left in this event.
And I don't want to do the announcer's curse, but I don't think I've seen Pat make a mistake yet this year. He's always very smooth, very calm, very collected, and he's running really comfortable right now, 58-second lap time. So he's in a comfort zone. He's grooving. He's got 8 laps to go in this race, so he's got plenty of time. Anything can happen. Same thing with Sam and Zach. Zach right now is probably wanting to get in front of Sam to see if he can get to Pat. But I don't know that Zach is running. Let's see, what kind of times is Zach and Sam running? No, they're running about the same identical times, and I don't know if that's because Zach hasn't been able to put a move on Sam, and Sam's holding him up, or if Zach just is running the same pace as Sam.
I think Zach's just sitting on him right now because he knows, there's going to be, coming around, there's going to be 7 laps left. Zach's just sitting on him right there. You don't want to make a move too early, and then you start getting into a battle right there, but as we speak right there, Sam Clark is holding him off, but I think Zach's waiting to set him up, wait for that penultimate lap. That's in anything in racing right there. If you're sitting on somebody for so long, you're going to make that pass, but when's it going to happen? And I believe Sam's just right there. He's just going to hold his lines, be consistent, but it's always nice to have the carrot in front of you. So Zach is really doing that, and he's been really showing some composure in this race as Pat Sheridan right there has still got the lead by a ginormous amount right here as he enters the front straightaway here. But the battle on the track is going to be for second and third right now as we watch Sam and Zach just really, really going for it here. Zach is trying to get into this draft right there, but it's just not happening.
And Zach right now has no skin in the game, right? We've got a couple races left in the year. This is the first race that he finally qualifies for because of his age. And I wouldn't put it past these old guys sitting out in the pits, be like, hey, don't go getting in front of me because I'm chasing this guy for a championship and I need my points and yada, yada, yada. So maybe Zach's being nice to Sam right now. Maybe Sam bought him out. Maybe Sam said, hey, I'll take care of you tonight with some dinner if you just sit behind me and don't mess up my points that I'm trying to keep up with Pat. And Pat doesn't seem to have deals with anybody. Pat's just like, I gotta go. I'm gone.
Yeah, Pat looks like he's always been doing that, even in his early days of racing right there. A lot of guys like to follow. They'll follow a guy most of the race. Pat, though, he likes to pull the pin. It kind of reminds me of a young Valentino Rossi back in the day. Likes to pull the pin, leave the crowd. A lot of riders are like that. And as we've seen in MotoGP and the history of that. So looking at Pat right here, he's just taking off, doing what he has to do. But Zach and Sam right there could be a gentleman's agreement there, so who knows. But right now, as it stands, it looks like Sam's got him covered. Zach's losing a little bit right there, about 3 or 4 bike lengths on the front straightaway here going into turn 1.
Yeah, again, it goes back to the body position because, look, Zach, there he is on the outside of Sam trying to set him up right now, see if he can come back on the inside, get him here into this turn. Sam's not nailing him. Nice, tight, close line there as they're going by, and he misshifted there. That allowed Sam to kind of get through. You've got Pat there kind of working his way through the track, but the real race right now is for second place between Sam and Zach. So it's Sam in the blue leathers, Zach right behind him in the yellow leathers. Those two are really having some fun, and through the tight stuff, Zach closes that gap up. Sam seems to get a really nice drive coming out the backside and gaps him a little bit down the front straightaway. But Zach doing the work in the infield and starts to close up. So let's see if he's able to get the drive here. They've got a lapper who did a really nice job of staying out of the way. So let's see how this lap goes.
Looks like Zach is right there. He's a little closer this time. I think he's going to make that move on the last few laps. So, he's going to do something. He's got it right here. He's either going to set him up or, who knows, he's going to let him sit there. But right now, this is going to be a bomb burner. And it looks like Zach right there is looking to make the inside pass right there. But Sam really, really protective on the inside as he protects the inside going through 3 and 4 right there. It's going to be really, really good. Pat is checked out. He has opened up the gap significantly now, opening up to at least a 12.5-second lead. But Sam Clark holding his own right here as Zach really wants that. It's nice to get a podium. These guys are all in podium contention. But second place, nobody wants to get second or third. But if you're going to battle for it, you definitely want to be the first one there. So definitely be an interesting one to watch here as Pat comes around as the laps are winding down. They're going through lappers right now. It looks like Pat's getting ready to go past Rick Podlish right there. He's going to put him a lap down. Rick's been showing some promise this year, getting back into the game. Aboard a borrowed TTR 125 this weekend, so that's really cool to see Rick back out here, the Orlando, Florida rider. A lot of other mentions.
man.
OG, he is an OG. I'll give you that. I've hung out with him a lot off the track and just enjoy his company, enjoy being around him. Also, another Orlando floater rider here is John Wahlberg. He's been with us for a little bit too, and I'm really getting into it. And really started the early days with the 305 Motard guys back in the day, racing at Biflo and all that. So really love seeing all these different guys out here as Rick Pilots is moving over for everybody. That's great. But Pat has checked out. We knew that was going to happen. He's been smooth in his qualifying sessions, and he put it on the pole right here as the battle for second still continues here with Sam, Clark, and Zach just really, really going for it here. I know Zach's looking forward to that white flag, and let's see if he can make a move on him right there, or is he going to sit on, or are we going to see a draft pass at the line? We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. There's still 3 laps left, and Pat hasn't slowed down. Pat is running 58 still. So he might look like he's cruising, but he's not taking his wrist off that throttle, baby. He is really just in the zone, in just lap by lap, knocking him out, knocking him out, knocking him out. So when Pat comes through, it'll be lap number 10 of 12, and then he'll be seeing that white flag shortly after. Zach and Sam still battling. Zach closes the gap in these tight areas. Sam did a little better there. Allowed him to get a couple bike lengths shooting out to the sea. Let's see how their braking zone is. Zach braking a little deeper, but it caused him to push wide a bit on that turn, so he had to correct there a bit. Sam's still keeping those lines tight, man. Sam, if you're going to pass Sam, it's either going to be a shot down the front straightaway, drag right behind him, or you're going to have to dive in him hard because Sam's not giving that inside.
And what you were saying right there is well spoken right there. And it looks like Zach's going really good in 1 and 2 right there, but he loses his composure and kind of into the 3, 4, which it seems like Sam Clark's always had the advantage right there. But who knows? We could see a bonsai pass. We could see something that's really clean on the straightaway. So drafting is going to play here as the laps are winding down, as the last lap's about to happen here. White flag is about to come out.
Second call, Super Mini, Super Mini, second call. White flag's coming out, white flag's coming out. Super Mini, second call.
All right, as we are getting ready to get the white flag here, Pat Sheridan right there doing the business as usual. He has made this race all his own here in this main event. We didn't expect anything else. We didn't really expect a dominating force like this, but talking to him earlier in the weekend, he said he was going to go for the win, and he is looking very solid here as he's going to bring that number 67 Kawasaki Z125 to the line and start this last lap. As the last lap right here, Grayson has the white flag out here. 1 lap to go as the battle continues between Zach and Sam here. So they are going through some traffic. It's going to be very interesting to see how this last lap pans out as they're still stuck together, but lappers are going to be a factor here. We will see how this goes. It looks like Sam is clean through the lappers here as they're starting the last lap here. Zach right there about 2 bike lengths back, has to get past the lapper, makes it by clean. Very, very good strategy by Zach, and it looks like Zach's gonna throw something at him on the outside. Zach throws it on the outside, throws it around the outside and holds it. So yep, there is our answer right there, folks. He is right there in the mix. Sam Clark right there has got to retaliate quick because they're coming up on Rick Podless again. Sam Clark makes the inside pass.
What's Podless gonna do?
Podless right there on the outside. Podless is going to be in the way of this battle. Rick's got to get off the racing line as he holds them both up. So Rick's looking right there. So Sam Clark, this is going to go his way right here. Rick looks like he's made it past him right there. Zach has got to do something stronger. Pat Sheridan takes the victory right there as Pat wins this one.
Zach is in front of Sam right now.
Zach's right there on the backside, but Sam Clark is looking for some redemption. Will there be a last turn drama piece right here as Zach looks like he's going to hold him off, so Zach is going to grab the second place victory. Sam Clark in third. What a race right there. Lappers did play a big part in that last lap, but what a race right there for these guys.
Dude, Zach was trying that move the whole race, kind of feeling him out. How deep am I going to be able to push him? And he made it work that last lap. Unfortunately, that lapper did get in the way of Sam, caused him to lose a ton of speed there, and at that point, Zach took advantage, and there was just nothing Sam could do at that point. But it's racing, people are out on the track, and it's a little difficult sometimes.
Heck of a race there, Michael, and as you speak out, it's your job as the leaders to get around the lappers the best you can, and sometimes, we don't have the flags out here to really show that lappers are coming through, so you just got to use your best judgment. So to all the lappers out here, you guys are still doing a great job, and the racing is just fantastic. But what a race right there, these guys can get it.
Fantastic job, everybody. Third and final call, Super Mini, third and final call. You're up. After Super Mini, yeah. Yeah.
After his Spec 50, we're probably going to roll out.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to watching you race.
All right, you can send them out. I'm ready.
All right, everyone. We are going to go with Super Minis for number 3 race of the day, main event here. This is going to be a close one as well. A lot of great riders on this grid right here as they're about to come onto their sighting lap here, warm-up lap basically. A lot of great riders in this one. We're going to see how many come out right here because, you know, conditions have been really good. A lot of great machines out here for Super Mini. As I said, we have 12 races on the schedule, so we're going to be on race number 3 right here. Super Mini is always an exciting one to watch. A lot of great riders in this, a lot of young talent, a lot of the older talent as well. Isaac's out there, and this looks like it's 150. CRF 150s out here, a really, really popular race here. So we're going to see where everybody else is. I think we're missing a little bit of the grid right here.
6 and 7, baby. That's what's going to make your race. 6 and 7.
Pablo and Andres right here. Super Mini, we need you. Pablo and Andres. Super Mini is about to start with or without you guys. Grid is forming up here for Super Mini. We've got 3 riders on the grid here. I think we still have a few that are still did not get the memo, but this race will start if they're not here. So if you guys are here, you guys are going to have to start from the pit out right there. Isaac on the grid right here as he's looking to score some more points here. He's been looking solid all day in the Super Mini, and the qualifying he's been doing really good. His stand-up wheelies are incredible, and he's just going to keep going for it here. All right, it looks like we're going to have 3 riders on the grid. We should have had, I believe, 5 or 6 on the grid right here. We've got 3. That's all right. Super Mini is about to start. Who wants it? Who needs it? Green flag's about to come out from Michael Carrera right here as he's about to look at the riders. Here we go. Super Mini about to start. Hold up. All right, it's about to go. Green flag is up. Nice little wheelie there from Isaac as he gets the whole shot. He's going to lead him into turn 1. It looks like so. Isaac does have the lead here. Now, this grid has got 3 of them, but it doesn't mean the racing is not going to be great. We've seen a lot of great battles here, even with 2 riders, 3 riders, 4 riders, 18 riders. So Isaac is right there holding his own right here as we're going to start this 12-lap main event. And here comes some of the rest of the riders there. We'll have to start from the pit. So coming up the rear right here, so that is going to make 5 total. Philip is in the second position right there as he's chasing down Isaac. Philip is really looking to claw on the Isaac a little early right here because Isaac has had the measure all day right here, so he doesn't want to let him get too far ahead here as Isaac's open about a 3 or 4 bike length lead right here. Philip is on the move though there in the second place position, but Isaac is opening up that gap to about 9 to 10 bike lengths right now, Michael.
Yeah, this is the second fastest class that we have, Motard being the fastest with the biggest bikes on it. So a lot of these guys are on 150Rs, which are liquid-cooled 150cc motors. Some guys like the 12-inch tires, some guys like the 17-inch tires. It's really a preference, but I want to focus on the guy in second place right now. That's Phil the Beast. He's one of our mini GP kids out of Canada. So him and his family have come down for a couple of camps, and they do a lot of ice riding in Canada. I think he's like deep in the north of Canada where he might get 2 or 3 months where he might be able to ride something outside of being in the ice. So Phil, I murder his last name. It's like 4 or 5 different names all together because we know how my lovely Canadians, do their thing. But I know his Instagram is Phil the Beast. And let's see, did I write his full name on here? Yeah, Phil de Gama Vlanchet. Something like that. Did I say it right, Dad? Oh, Dad, how do you say it?
The Gamma Blanchet.
The Gamma Blanchet, eh? Hey! So he's out on a 65cc two-stroker, and he's running roughly about a second behind Isaac, who's one of the faster guys on the 150R. So that's really, really good by him. North American Talent Cup racer. He's done the full season. Isaac's been out as a wild card to one of the North American Talent Cups. So it's really exciting. The kids start growing up. They want to get something a little bit faster. Some of the adults that are sitting in the back, you've got Pablo, who's raced with us as a kid for a really, really long time, taking some time off doing college. Andres is a motard racer, but he was like, bro, this class looks fun. So he went, found himself a 150R, and now he's riding more than one class. So it's cool.
I'm impressed with Phil right now. You know, after getting all that speech right there from you, Mike, he is really running good. And even in the wet sessions today, he is really running good. Phil is in that second spot as Isaac Woodworth is really taking the advantage here, opening up the gap as this race progresses right here. Of course, 12 laps in this race as Isaac is pulling the pin on that 150, but Phil is doing a great job on that KTM right there. It's amazing to see the difference right here. You see the 150, and you see that 65 right there, really pulling in the turns right there. Everybody says, oh, you need a big bike to get in there, but a small bike can get it done too. And it's really cool to see Phil right there on that little 65, really chasing that 150R, and he's keeping him in sight still. It's not over yet. As the laps are just keep winding down here, it is going to be Isaac Woodworth in the first position, Phil DeGama in the second position. Pablo is in there as well as the rest of the field stream through Andersen Race Park here. Isaac's got a really, really good line going through turn 1 right there, turn 2 as well. He has got that 150 working really, really good today, especially in the wet conditions earlier. Had it really working good. And Isaac said he wants to come out with a clean sweep today. We're going to see how that goes. This is South Florida Mini GP racing. Anything is possible. But Phil is really right there. He's quite a bit back, but it's going to be a pretty good, comfortable second right here. But anything can happen.
We're not halfway through yet, and if Phil's roughly running around high 53s, the guy behind him is running high 52s, about a second faster, and they've got about 7 laps to go. So Andre could potentially catch Phil if he doesn't make any mistakes and kind of keep staying out of space. So it should get a little close.
You're exactly right on that, buddy. It is coming really close right here, and so with the laps winding down here, it's going to be really interesting to see. But Phil is holding his own right there. Isaac has opened the pin, but anything is possible here. Isaac is just making this race all his own. Phil is right there on that KTM, though, keeping him in sight. One thing about Isaac, though, you looked at his riding style earlier. He likes to play for the field right there, but very smooth, very compassionate right here. And he rides, and what I like about Isaac is he rides a lot of different machinery. A lot of riders, they can stick to one bike. You see that a lot in different series. You see one guy, okay, a guy can ride a 600, a guy can ride a 1,000, the bigger bikes. But you start looking at this format right here, and there's so many classes in South Florida Mini GP. It's really cool to see different riders going on different machines. And I'd love to see Phil on a bigger bike soon. When he gets on the bigger bike, watch out. I think he's going to be even a title contender and win some of these heats and win some of these main events as the future goes on.
Yeah, I'm going to blame Dad on that one because I don't think Dad expected to make it out to this kind of a show. So I'm blaming Dad. Next time he knows, bring a couple more bikes and let's give Phil a chance to actually put some hurting on some of these people. So I'm blaming Dad for sure. Isaac started to click this year, right? So I know his family, his dad's been working really hard, and they've got some more team players down on his side to help him out. So it's really nice to watch his progression. I think this is the first full year he's done Pan American Superbike, and he's battling in the Superstock 300 class as well. I think he's got a handful of records at a couple of the tracks too. So it's really nice to watch him go into his zone and kind of figure things out here and there. This year he's clicked. He's honestly clicked this year, and I'm proud of him. I love watching the growth he's gone through. He's having fun. He's having a good time. So it's fun. It's fun watching that progression happen, right? The kids start on 50s, and they just work their way up. And like you said, different bikes. Isaac's gone from a 50 to an Ovale. He had a 65 at one point. Now he's racing a 450, a 150R, and a Z. So you can't get any more different than that. I mean, you're just all over the place.
Yeah, a lot of great talent comes out of South Florida Mini GP, and you talk about the Brandon Pasches, you talk about the Stefano Mesas, you talk about the Krista Mirandas here, you talk about a lot of different riders here. You talk about Ella Dreyer, Aaron Dreyer, Julian Carrera. You talk about all these people that have progressed, and now they're in the Moto America paddocks, and it's really, really cool to see how South Florida Mini GP has been a big part of that to go through these classes here. It's really awesome.
And it's not South Florida Mini GP only, right? We've got our partners in the up north, New Jersey Mini GP, and they had a fantastic day yesterday. All 3 podium winners in the Junior Cup were New Jersey Mini GP riders. Gus taking pole. I think Joe Lamondre was in second. Yeah, Gus Rodeo taking the win. Joe Lamondre in second, and Spencer Humphreys in third. All Mini GP kids. And then I think Avery finished 5th or 6th. 6th, also Mini GP kid. And I think there was 1 or 2 other Mini GP kids there in that paddock. It's fun. You've got Tyler Scott racing on the 600, right? You got Brandon Posh racing in the Stock 1000. You've got Julian overseas in the British Talent Cup. You had a couple. Oh, we got man down. Man down, man down. Oh, he's up. He's good. Oh, he's about to lose. Yeah, he's about to lose third place right now. Oh, and he just lost third place. Can he get that bike going? There he goes. So right now, he's got to work to get up to third place. Pablo's got third right now. Let's see if he's able to make up that time. But they're kind of spread and scattered everywhere, right? It's super cool to be able to see it and to enjoy it and watch all the different avenues. We've been running for 6 years. New Jersey's been running for 13 or 14 years now. So it's nice to start seeing the fruit of all the labor we've done.
I've seen Scott Stump run that program up there, and he's done a great job. And I love how he's come down here and helped out South Florida MonkeyGP. So huge thanks to the North GP and everything like that. So South Florida MonkeyGP and the Northwest GP up there. It's really, really cool to see that. As Isaac is just making this. Isaac Woodworth is just checked out on the field. As we see Phil right there, still in the second position. And Pablo, give it to Pablo right here. He's holding that. Yep, white flag is going to be coming out. We're going to. Second call, Spec 50. Second call for Spec 50. Second call. As the laps are winding down here, we're about to be on the last lap here, as we are going to see Isaac Woodworth here going to take the white flag as he's got one lap around Andersen Race Park here, as he's going to take the main event win here as everything goes smooth on the last lap here. Phil has done a really good job on that KTM today. He is bringing it over here. He just is receiving the white flag as we speak. Pablo is going to be in the third place position, a few seconds back, but still in the hunt right there. A podium is a podium, so I know all three of these guys are going to be happy to get that hardware at the end of the day. But Isaac has just not put a wheel wrong at all in this event. He's been smooth. He's been fast. As we spoke about earlier, he wants to get better. He wants to go on different machines, and he wants to keep progressing. So Isaac Woodworth with the lead, ginormous lead here, as he's making his way through the S's right here, going through the back section of this track, and he's going to be receiving the checkered flag here as another victory here. Third call. Spec 50, third call. Isaac Woodworth right there is going to be taking the checkered flag, 12 laps, and he has made this one his own. Isaac Woodworth right there. Boom. What a main event this was. Pablo looking like they're getting up third, but they're going for it right here. Pablo's wanting to address the issue, but it's going to be a drag race to the line. Who wants it? Who needs it? Oh, Pablo's right there. Loses out on it, but that was a great race to the checkered flag there for third place. What a race. Up next on the block here is going to be Spec 50. Spec 50 is going to be coming out. A lot of great riders going to be in this one. Stay tuned, everyone. We'll be back with you.
That's correct. ¿Quién?
What happened?
Ya, que me hace falta así.
What place was he in? Battling for it. They have a good battle though. What happened?
Go to the back. Mike, grab a yellow.
What happened?
Nothing. Just gonna grab a yellow. Go back.
Thank you, sir. Second right there. He's going to be a factor. I think that's Cole. Okay,
Yep,
Cole.
that's
okay.
Cole.
Yeah, he was a factor earlier in that qual. Him and Grayson. I thought they were going to take each other out at least 8 times earlier in the race.
Right here.
Crazy. No, that was a good damn battle, man.
It's gonna get gangster right here in a second.
All right, everyone. We are going to be here for race number 4 here, as we are going to start Spec 50. Spec 50 is going to be gridding up here. Grayson, Carrera, Cole, everybody in this one. It's going to be a really, really good race. This qualifying session earlier was amazing between Grayson and Cole right here as they were going for it. And this class is really, really interesting. You start getting the bikes really, really equally CRF, little 50s here, XR 50s, CRF 50s. Even have a TTR 50 out here, so that's awesome to see. like .002 earlier it was. So that was really, really good to watch. I watched talking to Chris Miranda here. It's really cool to see Miranda here helping out, doing some coaching for the riders, man. Looks like we're going to have 7 riders on the grid right here as Grayson getting set up here. All the riders getting ready to get set up here, waiting for that green flag to start this 12-lap main event for Spec 50. Cole Peterman on the grid, Grayson Carrera, Gabe Datis, Robert Sewall, William Rodriguez, Harlan Bravo, Arthur Pinal, and Casey Gardner. Casey Gardner, watch out for Casey Gardner as well. He has been really fast all day. So as the green flag's about to drop, riders put it in gear. Here we go. We have a few wheelies off the line there, but it looks like Grayson Carrera has got the whole shot here as Cole got a little ambitious there on the start, but that is right there. Cole Peterman, though, is looking for Grayson Carrera as they are going to stretch it out right here. Grayson Carrera looks like he's going to open it up to about a 3 point. Let's see, about 3 to 5 bike lengths already. So Grayson Carrera not playing around in this one. He said earlier in his interview he wanted to go for the win, but it's going to be a difficult one, but he needs to get some clear track ahead of him. Cole Peterman there in the second position.
Yeah, man, this race is like watching Moto3 races, dude. These kids go at it all out. There's no hesitation. There's no camaraderie with them on this track, dude. It's whoever can get it in is putting it in, and hold on tight, buddy, because we're all going for a ride. So this one will be fun for sure.
And this is what I love about this class is it's so equal. You know, this is where a lot of your young stars start from. You know, I've remember seeing Julian, your oldest son, right here on it, and just really, really getting the power down here. So, yep, looks like we got some rider down right here. Come on, Grayson. Grayson is going for it right here as Cole is in second place, chasing him down here. Grayson is putting the laps in. And still got about 10 laps left in this one. The rest of the field streams through here as we were watching William Rodriguez, Robert Sewall, Harlan Bravo, Arthur Pinal, and Casey Garner, and Gabe Datis. Gabe is doing a really, really good job as well today. Really ran a good qualifying session and has really been on it today.
Yeah, Gabe is actually a transplant from New Jersey. Mom and Dad were tired of the cold, and they said, hey, man, they've got some pretty cool racing down there. And I know the guys, my buddies Nathan and Ryan, were like, yeah, Gabe, go ahead, head down to Florida. You guys are going to whoop on those kids down there. And here they are. Look, I got Dad rolling his head over there. No, but we love having them in. I mean, they're transplanted here into Florida. They're here to stay. Gabe is an awesome, awesome little rider, dude, and he is having a blast. He's had to learn a lot of new tracks, right? In New Jersey, they've got 2 or 3 tracks. We've got about 4 or 5 tracks down here in Florida. So a lot of this first year that he's been doing the full season, a lot of it is learning the tracks, getting used to the tracks, and running with the kids. But, man, I see Gabe really stepping it up for next year and putting a hurting on Cole and Grayson, man. So he's definitely going to be a third factor for sure, as he's holding third right now. Follow behind him, you've got William Rodriguez coming in 4th. You've got Robert Sewall in 5th, Harlan in 6th, and Arthur in 7th. So a nice little group. Grayson and Cole are running, looks like Grayson's running a little bit quicker than Cole right now. So as long as he doesn't make any mistakes, again, announcer's curse. As long as he doesn't make any mistakes, I think we'll be good. So he's rolling right now. They've only 2 laps in. They're on lap number 3 right now, so we still got 9 laps to go. A lot of things can happen.
It's going to be a really good one here as Cole's looking like he's trying to put the pressure on right there, but Grayson just has the momentum right now, and he's been doing that all day. Even in his qualifying session in the rain, Grayson was really possessed right there, but Cole is really, really doing a good job, as we were talking about Gabe Datis earlier too. Gabe is really, really putting on the pressure. So this is going to be an exciting one right there, and the battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th is just really, really heating up here as we have Robert Sewall, William Rodriguez, Harlan Bravo, Arthur Pinal, and Casey Gardner going for those positions right there. This is going to be awesome. Grayson is just pulling the pin ever so slightly right here. Cole Peterman, though, still adding on the pressure, but Grayson is making this one all his own as Gabe Datis right there in a really comfortable 3rd place. So the top 3 are really spread out, but the battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th is still going for it.
Yeah, and Arthur just made a move. I don't know where we missed that, but Arthur went from 7th to 5th. So I don't know what he's doing right now, but he's gaining on 4. So Arthur's working on William right now. So let's see if he's able to keep it nice and clean, stay patient, consistent, and we can go from there. So it looks like he's dragging Robert behind him. So Robert Sewall goes a little wide out of turn 4 there. That might cost him a bit. Let's see if Arthur does here on the brakes, or is William going to get him on the brakes? Arthur is deep on those brakes, and there's Sewall. Sewall's catching right back up to Arthur. So this is a nice battle here for 4th, 5th, and 6th. With Harlan behind him in 7th. Grayson just passed his lap number 4. Cole right behind him. They're roughly running, Grayson's running a low 103 and Cole's running a high 103. So right now, as long as Gray keeps staying in his groove, I don't think Cole's going to have enough to catch him right now. But they're in their lap number 5. There's 7 laps to go. A lot of things can happen. Here comes Harlan. Not Harlan. Here comes Arthur. Nice and wide in line. He's going to sit in the draft. Let's see if he can get sucked in. Robert's sitting in the draft of Arthur. Those 3 are getting nice and tight. And here comes Arthur making his move. He's going to make his move into turn 1. And is he going to stick it? Arthur sticks it into turn 1. Nice job. He's gone from 7th to 4th. Battling there. Looking really, really good. He's actually running half a second faster than William is right now. And they've got 6 laps to go. So he may be able to catch William if he keeps his pace up. So let's see what happens with that group now.
That is a really tight group, as you're saying, for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. They are all grouped together as the top 3. Grayson still holds the lead over Cole Peterman and Gabe Datus as the top 3 are stretched out here. But 4th, 5th, and 6th really, really going for it. Arthur has really been putting the pressure on right here and coming a little late here, but he is still trying to secure that 4th place and show, hey, might have let the leaders get by a little bit, but that's all right. He's going to still want to get 4th place over these guys. But he is holding really, really good lines as the laps are winding down here. Very, very impressed by Arthur as he's lining, as the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th are really, really tight here as we get on these laps.
And this is our beginner class, right? And a lot of parents will come up and ask, hey, how can I get my kid into Spec 50? The answer to that question is real simple. The only prerequisite that you need is your child needs to be able to ride a bicycle with no training wheels proficiently. If a kid can ride a bicycle without training wheels proficiently, we got him. We can throw them on a PW50, we can throw them on a CRF 50, which is what the kids are on right now, and they can go out and go. And a lot of the thing that kind of gets these kids ready for the racing is our 3-day camp. We hold it once a year in January. It'll be right here at Andersen Race Park this coming January 13, 14, and 50. And it's full on. Right, full on from 0 to 100, from the basics to the most advanced stuff, and the kids just kind of plow through that whole curriculum. Next thing you know, they show up at the next event. It's like, bro, where'd this kid come from? Came out of camp. That's what happens.
And camp is awesome. I've been watching a lot of the riders, and it's cool to see a lot of the pro riders come back that have graduated from South Florida MonkeyGP and watch a lot of these guys coach these young kids. So it's really, really good to have the camps here. And if you want to get into the camp here, South Florida MonkeyGP 2023, January, come look at the website, look at the events. Michael Carrera will keep that going. As the race still progresses here, Arthur still holding that 4th place and opening up that 4th place over 5th and 6th and 7th place right here as they go over the line. Grayson is still making this one all his own as Cole Peterman and Gabe Datus. Gabe is still holding the 2nd and 3rd place respectively here as the laps are winding down. Grayson right here holding his composure here as he's got almost about at least 15 bike lengths, even more now, over Cole Peterman.
Yeah, Arthur was catching Gabe lap time wise, and then that last lap, I don't know where he made a mistake somewhere, but he lost about a second to Gabe in 3rd place lap time wise, so that gave Gabe a little bit more cushion. He's kind of floating around in no man's land right now, but as long as he stays consistent, no mistakes, 3rd place is definitely secured by him. Talking about the camp and the coaches, right? I don't really like announcing who's coming out because I don't want that to be the reason for people to come out. I want to reward the people that trust us and say, hey, you know what? I'm coming through the 3-day camp. I know it works. Doesn't matter who you have coaching there, whether it's a big name or a no name. We know it works because we know what to do. But to pat myself on the back a little bit, we're going to have to. We've had guys, Tyler Scott, Brandon Posh, Sean Dillon Kelly, Lucas Silva, his brothers. We had the American Road Racing Team 2 years ago. So we had Roger Hayden, we had John Hopkins, right? We had Ethan Butbowl. Those guys came out and said, hey, we want to come and check out what you guys are doing because obviously it's working. And they pulled some of our kids into their academy out of that 3-day camp, right? So it's super cool to see a lot of people taking interest in what we're trying to build here. And at the end of the day, it's a family-friendly environment where we teach you how to ride a motorcycle the right way. And it doesn't matter where you show up, Mini GP just comes out of you. They know. When they know you're a Mini GP kid, it's like, oh, crap. All right, we got to keep an eye on this kid because who knows what happens next, right? So it's super cool to just have that effect on a racetrack whenever you show up. It's cool.
And you can pat yourself on the back all day, man. You do a lot for these kids, a lot of riders here, and it's just amazing to see not just South Florida Mini GP, but Mini GP all around the nation right here. And as you were talking about, these riders are getting, these are the future stars of road racing here, and this is what we're seeing. So we're witnessing greatness here. As we were about to start right here, Grayson really holding his own right here as he's about to go through lap traffic here, about to catch 7th place rider. That's Cole Peterman right there in the 2nd place position, and Gabe Datis right there still holding on to that 3rd position. Gabe's running a little lonely race in 3rd, but he's still going to get a podium today, so it won't be too bad as the race is coming down to a close here. Grayson making this one all his own, and Arthur right there still holding the 4th place position. Arthur has really opened up that gap. That is very awesome to see. Arthur has come back from dead last to get into the 4th place position, so what a great race for him as the laps are winding down here.
Yeah, Arthur hasn't been very consistent with his lap times. He lost 2 seconds in that last lap time-wise, to 3rd place. So, and the guy behind him is actually, Robert is starting to lap quicker than him. Robert's about half a second quicker than him right now. So if Arthur doesn't start getting back into that groove, Robert's going to start closing him in, and then you get that carrot, right? You get that carrot where it's like, oh, man, I see you closer, and now they get the momentum going. So white flag's going to be coming out here shortly. Let's go. 2nd call, F1 GP 120. 2nd call, white flag's coming out. White flag's coming out. F1 GP 120.
All right, we're back here right here. Spec 50 is about to close the books here as Grayson Carrera is making this one all his own. The white flag is about to come out. 1 lap to go here very soon for Grayson Carrera. He's made this one all his own. Cole Peterman right there. Gabe Datis really showing the potential here, and Arthur right there in the 4th place spot as he has climbed from 7th to 4th. But he does have some company there in 5th place, so it's going to be a very interesting battle as this one comes to the line right here. Grayson Carrera making his way through the back section of this racetrack. Cole Peterman right there, a very safe 2nd place so far. Gabe Datis is going to hold on to that 3rd place so far, so really holding it. As we're about to watch Grayson here, about to take the white flag for 1 lap to go. He will be tickled pink with this one. It will be awesome. He's going to be happy with this victory right here as he's going to about to chase a white flag. 1 lap to go for Grayson Carrera. Cole Peterman right there in the 2nd place position. Wishes he was a little closer to Carrera right there, but it was a really interesting first few laps right there. Grayson was able to pull the pin. Gabe Datis right there in 3rd place, doing a great job. Arthur is still holding on to that 4th place position, but anything's possible on these last few on this last lap right here. Anything is possible as Grayson is running the last lap here.
3rd and final call, F1 GP 120.
3rd and final call for F1 and GP 120. 3rd and final call for F1 and GP 120. Grayson Carrera right here, going to sit on the top of the box here in Spec 50. He's only got 3 or 4 corners left. We'll see what he does here as he is going to be excited about going over the line. He is very excited, always has a smile on his face and is excited to be here, and he's going to be a future of road racing here, as all these kids will be as the sport progresses. So Grayson Carrera going to take the victory. Yes, does the little dance across the line there. That is awesome. And we have Cole Peterman. It looks like he's going to be in the 2nd place position. A really great race for Cole Peterman. And as we see, Gabe Datis right here is going to hold on to that 3rd place spot. So a really good job to get the podium for Gabe right there. As the rest of the riders stream through, we see a 4th place still mid-track right here. The riders were really getting into it earlier, so the top 3 really did spread out. But Arthur, it looks like he's going to be holding on to that 4th place position. He will be happy with that, coming from 7th place in the grid. Very impressive to see him. As we see Gabe Datis here, crossing the line. He is happy. Great podium finish by all these kids right here, and they still have a lot more racing left. Grayson Carrera still over there applauding the crowd as he goes by. And as we see, Arthur's about to come over here in the last turn. As he is coming across here, a big applause for Arthur right here, coming from dead last to 4th. What a great race for him. As the rest of the riders stream through the checkered flag here. And as we said, F1 and GP 120 is going to be race 5 for the day. That'll be starting here very shortly. Stay tuned. All right, Grayson.
done with that class,
Just toss it. Yeah.
yeah, I don't need that one. Once we're done with the class.
All right, that's cool. What is this one right
Little Mikey.
You out, homie?
Soon. I'll probably do the next one 10.
I let Buck know if you get a chance. If you guys are leaving, just let Rick Dover know.
Rick,
and
yeah.
Rick Dover will take care of it. Thank you. No, I got you. I got you. Thank you.
here? These away.
I'm ready when you are, Heather.
Thanks, brother. Hey, yeah, just do it. Yeah, just throw it away. Yeah. Oh man, you have to go there, huh? He's gonna make you do it. Oh boy. I like the leathers.
She don't help pack up the trailer.
Dude, that's the coolest suit I've seen, bro.
It is a cool
It's a cool suit. It looks like a Jorge Lorenzo kind of deal when he ran the helmet, but I like it. No, it looks good.
Mercury 17 astronaut replica.
I like it though. It looks good. I just like the way it zips down too. MB does a really good. Darwin did awesome on that suit.
He made one like this for some guy in Canada.
Really?
I saw him posted like 3-4 years ago, you know? And it's like, she's finally getting ready for a suit, and I knew I was going to deal with Darwin anyway. So I called him and I was like, he's like, you wanted me to check out colors, and I'm like, all right, well, so I had her pick colors out just in case. Then we went to get measured, and he was asking us. I was like, that spacesuit you made years ago. I'm like, any chance you can do that again? He's like, well, silver's gonna cost more, and I was like,
Yeah.
whatever. At that point, whatever. So I was like, yeah. So I guess they called him
I mean, it looks
or
good.
whatever, and she got the matching gloves. They made the boots for the guy, but Darwin's like, no boots, no more. And I was like,
Yeah,
nah,
no more.
whatever.
Yeah,
it's
the
fine.
gloves are. I love his gloves. I've used his gloves on the road race tracks before, and street gloves too. It's cool. All right, everyone, we are back, and we're going to start F1 and GP 120 as the grid's going to stack here. A lot of heavy hitters in this one. As we're about to start this one, this is going to be a 12 laps. All these main events here from here on out, 12 laps. The weather has cooperated. It's a beautiful afternoon for some racing. It's got Ella Dreyer right there, and she is about to get into the grid. A lot of great talent over here. We have a mix of O'Valleys here. We got a mix of different CRS. We've got a mix of Groms. We've got some TTR 125s on the grid. So this race right here is really going to come down to who can ride the wheels off it. We've seen Ella Dreyer right here. She has really been running strong over the last few years on this O'Valley, and it's going to be really interesting to see. One of the only female riders in the field right here. So she has really been putting in the work as she's about to put it in first gear there. We're still trying to get the grid set up here. So it'll be one more moment before we go green for this race number 5, F1 in GP 120 class. All right, we have the grid right here. So a lot of really good riders here. Joseph McCarthy, Ella Dreyer, Tristan DeBoski, Matthew Odom, Zach DeBrother, Kyle Barnhill, Chris Glennon, Christian Gates, Bernardo Geffert, and a green flag drops as we are away right here. Riders are going to stream through as we are going to start this F1 and GP 120 class. Looks like Ella Dreyer right there is sitting in the second place spot as the rest of the field is streaming through here. Michael, tell us a little bit more about this class.
So there's 2 classes in here that are going to get scored separately. Ella is the only one running in what we call the GP 120 class. So the O'Valleys became popular once Motor America did the mini cup. A lot of people ended up getting O'Valleys, and Ella's one of the first kids that bumped up. So technically is the reason why she's out here by herself on the 110s. A lot of the other kids, which we'll see later on in the GP 110 class, do it. If anyone has an NSF 100 or an NSR 50 or any like the KO 125s and stuff, they would fit in what we call the GP 120 class, which is a GP chassis. Everybody else you got sitting out here is an F1. So F1 is an open class. Joseph McCartney is on I want to say it's a decked out 100 with a 120 kit in it, I believe is what he's riding. So it's a CRF 100 on 12-inch wheels with a whole bunch of Takagama stuff on it, I believe. Super cool shop out in Northwest Florida. Demboski Motorsports are the guys who run his program and build a lot of these monsters. So big shout out to Zach and his team. Great shop out there. So if you're in the Panhandle and you need someone to take, somewhere to take your bike that you can trust, well, put it on my name, put it on the name of Mini GP. Zach Demboski is the shop you can bring your stuff to. So super cool dude, super cool people. Again, built that bike. A lot of the other guys you see here are on Groms. Groms are popular in this class. It's an open class, so as long as you keep your Grom at 125 cc's, You can do whatever the heck you want to it. You want to do cams, you want to do internals, you want to do full suspension, you want to change the brakes. However much you want to dump into it, you can. Carbon fiber wheels, the whole 9 yards, but it's got to stay at 125 cc's, right? That's the only thing you've got to stay by here in this class. I think we had, at one point, we had a guy with a turbo, bro. Guy showed up with a turbo, was awesome on the straights, and then it sent him flying in one of the turns because he whacked the throttle of the turbo, said whoop, and see you later. So I've seen a lot of different iterations of what people do with Groms, but the Groms are one of the popular one. I think that's Kyle. Kyle's got a Kyle Barnhill. I'm trying to think the name brand of the bike that he's on. It's a Chinese pit bike. They're super popular overseas in Europe. A lot of the guys train on these Chinese pit bikes in Europe. He's one of the first ones that I've seen have it, and I think Jordan, which is right now in 7th, Jordan's on one of those pit bikes too. I can't think of the name. I want to say they're like IMRs or something like that. Also, I believe they're 110cc or 120cc bikes, so as long as you're under 125 cc's, you can fit in this class.
That is awesome to hear, Michael. I appreciate your analysis on that. Ella Dreyer right there is going to be in the top spot here in her class, GP1 class, as she has broken up right there. James McCarthy right there is running Joseph McCarthy, sorry about that. Joseph is running a really, really good race in second. He's trying to keep Ella in sight right here, but of course it's different classes, so he can afford to let Ella go. You know, it's a different class. But Joseph McCarthy would love nothing more than to beat Ella out here and, of course, take the overall right there victory just on pride in the track here. But he will be holding number 1 here as the checker flag comes out later if everything goes right. Ella Dreyer, though, making this one all her own, has to battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th for really – all these guys are really, really going for it as the track is really, really drying up. Turn 1 had a little bit of standing water. That has not affected these riders one bit as Ella Dreyer opens up, pulls the pen even more right here to at least a 10-second lead over Joseph McCarthy.
Yeah, right now Ella's running high 55s and Joseph's running low 57s. So Ella's going to keep pulling away if she starts keeping that pace. I'm really impressed by the bike that Kyle is on. I want to say it's a 110cc Chinese pit bike. I'm almost 100% sure. And he's holding 2nd place in F1. So he's riding the bike really well. He's got really good lines. The bike looks super cool. I mean, it's a pretty tricked out bike. It's a really, really cool little setup. And he's working it. He's got Tristan Dembowski behind him. And I think Tristan's battling with his older brother, Zach. So those are the Dembowski brothers battling out on their 125cc. Zach looks like he's on a stock one. I'm going to say Tristan's is probably built. And then you've got Kristen Stojanovic behind him on another Grom, followed by Matt Odom on a TTR 125. So a little bit of everything out in the field.
Yeah, Matthew Odom, you mentioned him. He's an Orlando, Florida rider, too. I've known him for years, and it was really cool to see him in the pits today, running with these guys and just having a little fun out here. So, as you said, a lot of mixed riders out here, Grom, C125s, TTRs, O-Valleys. It's really, really cool to see the speed difference and the age difference here. You got, Ella, that's a child out here. And, yeah, exactly. And you've got Joseph McCarthy out here. Looks like he's been really doing good as well. And Joseph, you look at Joseph's bike, he's running a little bit of a lower bar setup. I've seen a lot of riders do that in the past as well. So, a lot of the riders do like that low bar setup, especially on the CRF 110s, especially 125. So really, really exciting to see the different varieties of machines here in this, as we call it, F1 and GP 120 class.
Yeah, and Joseph's bike is pretty trick, right? So they put a belly pan on it, kind of give it a little bit more aerodynamics, and he's running clip-ons. Most everybody else here on the track, aside from Ella and Joe, are the only ones running clip-ons on their bikes, and that's a personal preference. I've tried the bikes with the clip-ons. It's a lot of weight on your shoulders, but it does feel more like a big bike. So it'll give you the essence of a 600 if you're racing 600s, if you're racing 400s. It'll give you that feel, but I guarantee you it's a heck of a workout. The handlebars are a bit more relaxed. You're a little bit more upright. You can move around left to right a little bit more. So it's a preference thing, 110% full preference thing. Joseph loves the clip-ons. He just blew that turn there trying to go deeper on the brakes. He knows he made a mistake, shaking his head there a little bit, but thankfully he's got enough gap that he can recover and no harm, no foul.
Exactly. You get into those situations where you're riding by yourself. I've seen it many, many times in the past where Joseph McCarthy right there. So a little bit of a mistake right there, but he's still leading the rest of the field he needs to beat. Ella Dreyer, though, is making this one all her own, of course, coming through the back section here. But Joseph McCarthy has everything going on in F1 right here in the GP 120 class. Ella Dreyer right here has taken the lead as she is almost halfway around right here. Joseph McCarthy in the battle for third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. It's really, really heating up as the riders stream through here for another lap. But we got a rider off the track a little bit. Saves it, though, on the Repsol machine. Matthew Odom is going to take that spot right there. So it looks like Matthew Odom has taken over the 6th place position as the riders stream through. So that was a little bit of a mistake by that rider on the Repsol Honda as they were going through there. But we've seen a lot of riders do that today. They've ran off in the last corner right there, and it happens. But especially with the rain earlier, that made it very interesting with standing water in there, which you're looking at about a foot or two easily, and you just think, oh, the rider's going to crash. We've had a few crashes there today, but mostly everybody's come unscathed in that corner.
No, 100%, and I want to take the moment out to thank Andersen Race Park again. We've been coming here 3 years now. It's an amazing facility. The guys who run it are amazing people. They treat us really good. They trust us that we're taking care of their facility. And big shout out to our people, right? Our riders, our racers, our families, our spectators. We don't leave a mess. We clean up. We leave it the way we found it, if not in better shape than how we found it. So round of applause to everybody out in the pits and the paddocks. Round of applause to Andersen Racetrack. The new asphalt is amazing, right? You never really know what you're going to get when you come out to a track who's just been paved. And the track is phenomenal. It's super sticky in the wet. We saw that. We're getting some rubber down now in the dry, and the riders are starting to get back to the normal lap times in the dry. I'm excited for them. I'm excited for the future of Andersen Race Park, what they do, how they keep progressing this facility. So congrats to them and what they do.
And like you say about Andersen Race Park here, another mention is the asphalt here is fantastic. When they did the repave here, everything is so sticky. Even in the wet conditions, the tires were holding up, and this track is just really phenomenal. It kind of reminds me of a little bit about Barber Motorsports Park. It's got that manicure, to it, so it really, really does look good. And the facility here, the people here are super nice, and we are very privileged for South Florida Mean GP to be here.
All right, let's go with first call. First call, Spec 110. First call, Spec 110. You guys are up next. First call, Spec 110.
As the laps are winding down here, we are still in this F1 and GP 120 battle. We're going to run down the field here as we are watching Ella Dreyer right here in the first position leading the GP1. Also, cannot forget about Joseph McCarthy. He is holding on to that first place position in his class as he has opened up a pretty good sized gap here as the riders are streaming through. But it looks like he's getting some company here for third place. They are really, really coming into their own here. So Joseph McCarthy might have an issue with the motorcycle.
Ella's getting a white flag, second call.
Ella's about to get the white flag, so we're about to do second call for Spec 110. Second call, Spec 110. You'll be up here soon. As the laps are winding down here, the white flag is about to come out for Ella Dreyer. She has not put a wheel wrong in this race as she is coming. Looks like she is coming in to the lappers now, so she is lapping the backside of the field. Joseph McCarthy right there is really holding his own, but he's going to have some company here very, very soon for that second place position. McCarthy is really, really trying to pull the gap here. Not sure if there was a miscalculation on his bike or anything like that, but he has slowed up a little bit, but still trying to hold his composure here to hold on to that first place position. But he is going to get some company. As Ella Dreyer looks like she's about to take the white flag for one more lap to go in this F1 and GP 120 class. Pretty stacked field as well in this class, as Michael was saying, here at Andersen Race Park. This track is very, very nice. It's just a great facility all the way around, and it's really neat to see these different classes running, and especially the F1 and GP 120 class. Bikes are so different. You have all these Groms, TTR 125s, O'Valleys. It's just the class is stacked, and this is where it all starts right here. The GP 120 class is just amazing. F1 class, amazing. So as the laps are winding down here, it looks like Joseph McCarthy has taken the white flag here, as it looks like he's going to hold on to first place in his class. Had me a little worried there earlier. I'm not sure if he made a mistake, had a little bit of a downshift issue, but he is putting the bike where he needs to put it right here as the white flag is out for all these riders.
Third call. Third call, Spec 110.
Spec 110, third call, third and final call, Spec 110. Your class is up next. As we were about to watch the rest of the field stream through here as Ella Dreyer is taking the checkered here. And it looks like it's going to be Joseph McCarthy here coming around for his final time in the last few corners. Joseph McCarthy really putting the pressure on right there on Ella, but a little bit too late. But he is still going to grab the top spot in his class here. in the F1 and GP 120 class here. As Joseph McCarthy comes by, takes to victory in his class. Third place going by right here. As the rest of the riders stream through. Next class is going to be Spec 110. That's going to be an awesome one to watch. A lot of heavy hitters in that one. A lot of the same spec bikes. So basically you run the Spec 110 class, you're running everything is basically a stock Exactus. So it's really, really good to see that. And we're going to be with you just shortly here as we're going to start Spec 110 in just a few moments. Thank you so much.
Which one, the 110? Did you steal one out of mine?
Do you have a CDI box or Kawasaki?
You're the second one today. Yeah, I had to give one of the guys a CDI box from one of my 50s. From the water?
Probably.
Which I find weird. They're dirt bikes, so they're made of fudge.
Hey Mike, my transponder fell off.
Thank you. Go ahead, go grab it.
Just in front of Kyle.
Go ahead.
It fell off in the last lap.
Right. Leave alone.
I love Spec 110.
Spec 110's a big one this year.
It is, man. There's so many riders in that. Everybody's glued to the TVs.
See what he does this one, Mikey.
I got a butterfly.
You alright?
All right, everyone, we are back here as we are watching the Spec 110 riders get into the grid here. We got Grayson Carrera right here on the grid, starting from that pole position. He has done really well today with a win already in the 50 class, Spec 50 class a little earlier, about 2 races ago. So this one's a stacked one too. The Spec 110 class is very, very competitive, a lot of young riders, and it's going to be a really, really good one to watch here. As the riders are just kind of getting on the grid here, it's going to take a few moments here. We've got Carter Dreyer right there. Carter Dreyer on his CRF. As we're watching the CRF 110s right here, a lot of different base models. You got Kawasaki's out here, you got Hondas, and you've got a little bit. You got some Yamahas on the field too. So that's really, really cool to see. As this class just keeps getting better and better each year. A lot of different riders, a lot of young talent. We're going to see how this one goes. As this one's going to start here in just a few moments here. As Michael Carrera getting all the riders in the grid. We had a few riders right here looking at grid position. So the green flag will be dropping here in just 1 moment's time. As we are about to get the flag here. Everybody's holding right here as we were about to start. The Spec 110 race is off, and another clean start by Grayson Carrera as he is taking the lead here going into turn 1 with the rest of the field streaming in behind him. Grayson Carrera making this one his own again, getting the whole shot, as we have seen him do so much over this season and in past seasons. As the rest of the riders stream through behind him, Grayson Carrera looked like he's about to hold looks like about 10 bike links already. So as the stream, Cole Peterman in this one, Cooper Glover, Jamie Hampel, Alex, Carter Dreyer, William Rodriguez, Gabe Datis again, Robert Sewall, Malachi Eves, Caleb Glover, Bryce Swartz, Kyler Anderson, Tiffany Clark, Zoe Hampel, and Derek Boyce. Derek Boyce was running really, really good earlier, so it'd be really cool to see what Derek can do in this one as well, in this main event. But it's all Grayson Carrera as they are coming around for the first lap here. Grayson Carrera looking to do this one here as the rest of the riders stream through behind him here. Michael, this is going to be an exciting one.
Yeah, I agree. This is the next step up from Spec 50. So this one we call Spec 110. And with this one, the kids are on CRF 110s, KLX 110s, TTR 110s. We do have to spend a little bit of money on these bikes because typically those bikes come out with a 14-inch front wheel, and they're real skinny. And you really can't find a really good tire on the front wheel, and the last thing you want to do is throw this bike into turn 1 with a really skinny tire, and bye-bye. So there's a couple really good companies out there. Parts Club. Oh, man, I'm missing his name. He's going to kill me if he's watching this feed right now. You've got Kevin Nolde, Sport Bike Parts Club out of New Jersey, who also has these wheels. It doesn't matter what bike you're on. They can put you on the 12-inch rims. You get on some really good tires. Actually, I got to make a huge shout out on this one. This class is sponsored by Pirelli USA. So Pirelli Moto USA stepped up this year. The winner of every race gets a brand new set of tires. Every race, winner gets a brand new set of tires, and the champion gets sponsored by Pirelli next year.
So it's a full ride.
Full ride by Pirelli next year for the champion of the Spec 110 class. So big shout out to Pirelli. They came in about halfway into the season. We made this deal during the summer. So next year we're still waiting for the details, but they're loving it. They're enjoying it. We're blasting them all over social media. They're super happy with what the kids are doing. New Jersey's having a blast with the tires up there. They sent us tires for our fleet bikes, so our fleet bikes all have Pirelli tires on them. So big shout out to Pirelli Moto USA, stepping up, seeing what Mini GP is doing. They're sponsoring all 3 organizations. So Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, New Jersey, and Florida. Totally covered Spec 110 class with some Pirelli Diablo Rosso 12-inch tires, dude. And as you can tell, Grayson's rocking them right now. They are not skipping a beat. They are doing their thing.
Now, you were right about that. Grayson is really putting those Pirelli tires to the paces right here, as he's got about a straightaway lead already out here. So the rest of the riders streaming through here as we are starting this. Looks like Carter Dreyer right there trying to make his way up to the field after a little bit of a bad start, but it looks like he's going into turn 1. It looks like he's going to be in the 5th position as he's coming up as the rest of the riders stream through. But going back to the Pirelli tires, especially that is a great sponsorship to have. Pirelli has been around for a very long time, and for them to come on board with South Florida Mini GP for 2022 is just outstanding. And as you said, the tires do stick like glue. Whether it's dry, wet, it doesn't matter. These tires stick.
Not only that, top secret. Pirelli said, dude, we like what you guys are doing. We're making you a 12-inch slick. So right now they're on DOT Diablos. Next year the slicks are coming out. So I can't wait to see what these little kids do on these little bikes with some 12-inch slicks on them. That's going to be legit. It's going to be a really fun class at that point. Right now Grayson is ahead. He's lapping about 2.5 seconds faster than Gabe and Cooper. Gabe's in second. Cooper's in third, followed by Carter. Then we've got, who we got? I missed that one. Looks like Jamie. Is that Jamie there? And then behind Jamie is William. Is that William behind Jamie? I believe. No, that looks like that's Carter behind Jamie. Wait, that's Alex Coughtry. Alex Coughtry is in 4th, followed by... It was Carter, but now it's Jamie. So Jamie, Carter, you've got Caleb behind them. So Caleb right now is in 7th. And then you've got William and Malachi behind him. So that's our grid right now. There's a couple more people behind them. We've got Tiffany and we've got Zoe back there. And I think that last one is Kyler in the back there. Grayson's making his way through traffic right now. Just made his way around Tiffany. You've got Zoe. And I think that's Kyler behind Zoe there as well. Gabe and Coop are also battling through, trying to get around everybody. Alex has caught them. So Alex Coughtry has now caught them and is in the battle for 2nd and 3rd. And he is there. Jamie and Carter are not far behind. So it looks like the race, Grayson's pretty far ahead. He's comfortable. As long as he doesn't make any mistakes, he's going to be doing all right. Gabe, Cooper, and Alex are battling out right now, and this could get interesting.
This is going to get very, very interesting as all the riders stream through here. Like we said, Grayson Carrera's got a commanding lead over Gabe and Cooper right here. But Gabe and Cooper really, really going for that second and third position here as the rest of the riders stream through. They're battling for it right here. As you see, they are going for it. About 3 wide going in here, going past the lap traffic here. They are making it happen. This looks like a Moto3 race all over again here. As Gabe and Cooper right here really, really going for position.
Yeah, I'm kind of thrown off a bit. I'm wondering why I'm not seeing it. And I don't think Jamie has her transponder on her bike, so that's why she's not coming up on the timing system. I mean, she's hard to miss in the green leather, so we know that's her. No transponder on her bike, though, so we're going to have to keep an eye on where she finishes here. And right now, Cooper on the outside of Gabe trying to set him up. Let's see what Tiffany does here. Is Tiffany going to get him in the way, or is she going to let him by? Are they going to make it? Oh, Gabe takes the inside. Big mistake by Gabe. Cooper on the outside. Is Cooper stuck? Cooper makes his way around. And Gabe, if Gabe doesn't pay attention, Alex is going to get it on him too. Alex made the move on Gabe as well. Tiffany is in the middle of this battle. She has no idea what is happening behind her. Cooper has now broken away, made his move, and he said, all right, time to go. Gabe got pushed back, way back by Coop.
Maybe that's no transponder.
She has it on?
No.
Let's see if Alex makes his way back up to Cooper, because Alex was starting to get some really good hot lap times there. Alex right now is sitting in third with Cooper sitting in second. So nicely done by Cooper, making his way through that really, really crazy bunch up they had.
That was an interesting battle going on the straightaway into the back section of the track right there as they were all going for position right there. Lappers can get in the way, but that really worked out. Tiffany was able to get out of the way right there and let this battle commence. But this is a really, really good race here. Grayson Carrera has had this one all his own. But Gabe and Cooper right there, and Tiffany, this is awesome. Really, really good to see as the rest of the riders stream through here with a handful of laps left.
Yeah, they're going to be entering lap number 9 here shortly. So let's go with first call, F2 and GP Lite. F2, GP Lite, first call for you guys. Grayson's going to come around. He'll be entering lap number 9. Let's see how these second, third, and fourth places going. Where's our boy Coop? Coop is coming through turn 3 right now. Alex, let's see how they run in lap times. Cooper's running about 0.3 quicker than Alex right now. So as long as he stays on pace, he shouldn't have an issue. Gabe hasn't made his way around Jamie yet, so Jamie is holding fourth. See if Gabe can make his way around Jamie here. Alex is going to try his best, try and catch Coop. So if Coop makes any mistakes, Gabe's going to get closer and closer. Let's see what happens here the next couple of laps. Where's Cooper? Cooper's on the back side right now, coming down the front straightaway. He's going to have 2 lappers in front of him. See what kind of lap times Coop is doing with Alex behind him. Coop right now ran a 58.6, and Alex behind him ran a 59.2. So no issue for Cooper right now. He's running quicker lap time than the guy behind him. Grayson in front of them is running 57.7. So also for him, no real issue unless he makes some major mistake. This one is his to lose at this point. Let's see, who is that? Those are the lappers that Cooper just passed. Alex coming through. Gabe made his way around Jamie. I missed that pass. Gabe made his way around Jamie. Let's see if Jamie's able to get it back. Carter's going to try to make his way on Jamie next. So let's see what happens there. Let's see. Grayson just went by. So white flags coming out next. F2 GP Lite. White flags coming out next. Second call.
All right. As the laps are winding down here, we're about to get the white flag here. As the rest of the riders streaming through here. Grayson Carrera right here really making it his own as the white flag is about to come out here. About a half a lap left before the white flag comes out. Gabe and Cooper still going for those positions there. They're the third and fourth positions. As Grayson Carrera making his way around for this white flag. White flag. Yeah, Grayson Carrera out here just making it happen as the white flag is out. As Grayson Carrera is going to have about a half a lap left to go here as the checker flag is coming out. As the rest of the riders stream through here as the white flag is out. Gabe and Cooper right here really going for it as the rest of the riders stream through. Up next on the calendar here is going to be F2 and GP Lite. Third and final call for F2 and GP Lite. F2 and GP Lite, third final call. Checkered flag is coming out here for Grayson Carrera as he is going to celebrate another victory here in Spec 110 as he takes victory number 2 for the day. See how many more he can add to the podiums here as the rest of the field stream through here to the checkered flag. Great 12-lap event here for Spec 110. This class never disappoints. We are going to be moving on to F2 and GP Lite here, so we will see you here in just a little bit.
You're gonna have to remind me where she finished because it's not gonna come up. You're good, buddy. You're good. I have your camera. You're good. I got. Oh. Isaac, buddy, get over here real quick, man. I want to talk to you. Isaac, man, you have put on a heck of a show today, man. Tell us about your thoughts for the rest of the day.
Just really want to get a good start in the motard race and get my first win in that class.
Man, you were looking really good. What other class you run today, man? Tell the fans here that are watching live stream.
I was running Super Mini, MonkeyBike, and I'm gonna run stock 125 and motard.
Motard earlier, that was an interesting one for your qualifying. I love watching you in that one, and I love how you're giving the business to these older guys out here on the bigger bikes, man. How does that feel for you?
It feels really great, especially because we just started a few months ago on the 450, and we're learning a lot, and that's all the game is.
That's awesome, buddy. What's your preparations, man? What's the future hold for Isaac Woodworth?
Hopefully a MotoGP racer.
Oh, okay. You want to go MotoGP, huh? What about World Superbike or Moto America, man? That'd be cool, too.
That's along the way.
That'd be awesome, man. Well, congratulations on those today, man, and looking forward to seeing you in the motard race a little later, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to be doing F2 and GP Lite right now.
What number is it?
It's going to be number 7.
Number 7?
Yep.
That's what's going to start right now.
Yep. F2 and GP Lite is coming up right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man. All right, I'll hold down. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, man. Great job.
Thanks, buddy. We're
It's
getting
fun.
it. We're getting it, man. Thank you.
Mike, I didn't hear you call the class.
You missed the last one?
On this one.
Oh, hop on your bike and just jump in.
Laps?
Yeah. Ready?
All right, everyone, we're about to start the F2 and GP Lite race here as the green flag is about to drop. This one's going to be a really good field. Ella Dreyer, Phil, and Devin Houston. It looks like Ella Dreyer has got the hole shot once again on that O'Valley machine as she goes into turn 1, leading the field here by about 3 bike lengths already as she stretches it out. Phil DeGama, Devin Houston, Chris, Casey Gardner, and Brian Schwartz are going to be the field here as we start F2 and GP Lite combined. This one's going to be a good one, Michael.
Yeah, this is another one that's 2 classes combined, scored separately. Ella's on a 190cc O'Valley. Behind her is Phil on a 65. Then you've got Devin on a 143cc Grom. Then you've got Joe, I lost my car keys, on a 150F. Ooh. That is a modified 150F. And then on the back of it, I think that's Darren is his name? Yeah. Where's our list?
Right here.
Brian Schwartz is on a KO 150. So it's an air-cooled 150.
I love that KO 150. That KO 150 is a really neat bike. I love how he's out here getting it done right here. As we were watching him with the old Technique leathers on, looking real 90s out there. But yeah, that KO 150 does sound good going on straightaways. But this one is all right now. Ella Dreyer, as she leads the field here by quite a few bike lengths right here. She's opened up to about 12 bike lengths. So Ella Dreyer making this one all her own in the F2 and GP Lite race here. 12 laps, of course, for these main events, and they have been nothing but short but spectacular. It's been really, really good to see everybody really participating today. And this class is just stacked. So many different riders, so many different bikes going in this one right there. So really cool to see. Ella Dreyer making her way around as she is getting a little bit more competition here from the second place rider on the KTM. Phil DeGama right there. Looks like Phil DeGama right there. Ella made a mistake right there on the straightaway, so Ella has moved to second place. And it looks like I believe that's Phil DeGama right there that took the lead, so it looks like Phil. Phil takes the lead here, it looks like, on that KTM machine over Ella. So that's going to be a tight little battle here at the front as Ella missed a shift or something going on the straightaway on that O'Valley. Not sure what happened right there, Michael.
Yeah, it could be the simple just miss shift. I'm pretty sure she's probably running GP shift on that bike. And she probably came off of another bike that was normal shift and she could have just went in the wrong direction. I mean, it happens all the time. But the fact that Phil's been able to keep up with her on a 65 is super impressive by Phil on his little 65 that could.
And that KTM 65 is the business earlier. Like we were watching him qualifying earlier, he has really put it to the big bikes as well. So he has been really running smooth today, but he is getting some competition here as Ella Dreyer looking to fight back here on the straightaway as they are only a bike lane. Ella Dreyer takes the inside line as Phil has to move over a little bit, but Ella makes her way through and takes the lead again in this race. Phil, no slouch on that KTM as he's trying to stuff it in the inside right there, but Ella is having none of that on the O'Valley. Different classes, understandably, right there, but Ella wants to take the overall victory, and as any rider would like to take the overall victory, just not in their class, but both classes. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. Nothing puts a stamp on it like, hey, I took the whole grid, right? And then, let's see, that MR, the KO is a 150 air-cooled bike, not quite the horsepower that Ella's got on the 190cc bike. And then you've got Chris Stojanovic out on the newer O'Valley, which is the GP2. So Ella's on a 190 as well as Chris. Ella's on 10-inch wheels. Chris's bike is about 2-3 inches taller. It's on 12-inch wheels, a little bit more ergonomically friendly for an adult, right? Chris is obviously much taller than Ella, and he fits really, really well on that bike. So O'Valley came out real nice with that 12-inch wheel bike, kind of attracting that different group of the adult riders to come out and have something smaller to train on than spending $1,000 on a 600 with some tires.
Exactly, and we go back to the O'Valleys right there, and we talk about price effectiveness right here. You know, everybody talks about when they first came out, I know about a year or two ago, they were really the hot item out there. A lot of riders were getting involved with them, and it is a little bit of money to keep them going, though, of course, you know, but it's going to get you to that next step. So if you want to do the, Spec 110s, you want to go to this you want to go to the F2 and GP Lite class, it's really a great tool to do, but that 190 O'Valley is sure showing the legs here on the straightaways here at Andersen Race Park.
Yeah, I mean, you're not lying. That GP2 is about $9,000 by the time you're done with it. So, and people are like, bro, I'll go get a 600 for that. Yeah, I get it. You can go get a 600 for that, but you're not riding a 600 here. No. What are you going to do with a 600 here? No. On that GP2, you're purchasing a tool. It's got super cool technology on it. Everything is adjustable. You can even put Öhlins. You can upgrade it to Öhlins suspension. It's got telemetry. It's a really, really nice package that you can bring out to a kart track. The tires last on it half a season. for crying out loud. So yeah, the initial investment is great, but you're getting a really good tool out of it too.
That is awesome news right there, Michael. I appreciate you giving us a debrief on that. That is amazing to see the different races, different classes right here. And these bikes are just so powerful, especially at O'Valley 190. And Ella has been running that bike for quite a little bit as the whole Dreyer family have been moving up the class here in South Florida Mini GP. But she is still holding her own right now. She's opened up that gap to about, I would say, about a 7.5 second lead right here. So she has really, really pulled the pin right here, as Phil is still holding that position as well. So Phil is really running that KTM to the limit as he's about, it looks like he's going to catch Brian Schwartz right there on that KO 150. I believe that's Brian Schwartz back there. Yep, on the 150 right there. But having fun. Brian Schwartz has been out here for a little while, really showing his colors and just having a good time. You know, you might not have the fastest bike out here, but why not run some laps? And he's been really respectful of getting out of the rider's way right there. But he's having a blast out there, and this is what South Florida Mini GP is all about.
Yeah, at the end of the day, again, yes, we have a racing series. Yes, we have a championship, but it's all about having fun, right? You want to come out, you want to make some friends in the pits, walk around, talk junk, eat some food, hang out, and then you get on the racetrack and you try to make the best laps you can possible. So, you know, we have fun and we have a really good time. The racing is exciting, as you guys are all watching on the live feed right now. So really, really cool. Again, Ella right now, that last lap, she ran a 53.4. And Phil ran a 56.5, so he's losing a bit of touch there with Ella. Ella's starting to find her groove right now, so let's see what that gap is towards the end of it. Right now, they've got about 4 laps left, so let's go with first call. First call, Mini GP Pro. Mini GP Pro, first call is about 4 laps left. Mini GP Pro, first call.
Yep, and like you were saying right here, going Facebook Live, YouTube Live with Amber Productions, it's really, really cool to get the production company out here and really get a lot of stuff. When we did this back in 2019, it was a pretty good gig, but this is just even more high class. I feel like I'm in the MotoGP paddock, man. It's really, really good.
Yeah, and it's a piece that I feel we've been missing big time, right? Because I still walk around paddocks, and people are like, Mini GP, what is Mini GP? And in my mind, it blows my mind because I feel like I must be a really horrible news feed for people because it's constantly Mini GP everywhere. So big shout out to Abbott Production Group. Ursel Abbott and his family are racers with us. Their kid EJ races in our series. Unfortunately, they're under the weather right now, so he's not out here doing his thing. But Ursel and his family, fantastic family. They're big supporters of us. He stepped up. You know, he asked me a couple days ago. He goes, "Hey, Mike, what are you missing? Like, what do you think will give Mini GP that next level, that next attention?" I told him, look, we've never had the amount of riders we had except for 2018 and 2019 when we were doing the live feeds. And we put the post out there in the summer. We're going live. Abbott Production Group's going to do it for us. They're up there sweating just like we are here in the sun, running the camera. And look at our grids today, dude. Our grids are insane. People are able to watch all over the place on our Facebook live feed. And, you know, big thank you and shout out to them. I don't know how to run the cameras. I don't know how to run that system. So I'm extremely grateful that they stepped up and said, dude, we can do this for you. Let's make it happen.
It's really cool to get the invite back from Michael Carrera here as we are winding down the laps here.
White flag's coming out. Second call.
White flag is coming out. Second call for Mini GP Pro. Second call, Mini GP Pro. You guys will be up next. Like we were saying, though, for the South Florida Mini GP Abbott Productions, very blessed to be here and just very, very excited to see what the future holds for this production company. And, of course, Michael Carrera for inviting me out to do this. These races have been nothing but spectacular. So looking forward to seeing what the future holds for South Florida Mini GP and Avid Productions. As the white flag is out for Ella Dreyer right here, as she is going to be taking the white flag, as Phil DeGummer right there, still in the second place spot on that KTM. He has not put a wheel wrong at all for this race, as the battle still streams through here for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th right here as the riders go right there. Brian Schwartz still back there on that KO 150, looking really, really solid as the laps are winding down here. It's getting a little hot here over in Andersen Race Park. We saw the rain conditions come earlier, but now the sun is out, track is drying up phenomenally, and it's going to be a really, really good race here for the next 5 races we have left. So all the riders streaming through here. It looks like it's going to be Ella Dreyer still making her way around as she's about to take the checker flag here in just a few short corners. Ella Dreyer is going to be, you have 2 winner here. As the rest of everybody else is in the GP class. Ella takes the victory over Phil DeGama right here. Devon Houston, Chris, KT Casey Gardner, Brian Schwartz are going to round that out as we're going to wrap up this F2 and GP Lite race. What a race. 12 laps of really good racing here. We still have more racing on the table as we see Mini GP Pro coming up next. Race number 8, Mini GP Pro. All right, we're going to do third final call for Mini GP Pro. Third and final call for Mini GP Pro. You guys are up next. Go ahead and get to the grid here.
I think we fixed Chris's car.
Yeah, we did for sure.
It seemed like it was running really good, dude.
Give me 1 second, buddy.
I'm like, well, that's the last time I'll ever be that close to Coop.
Chickadee Chinese chicken.
Still in a Gatorade. Mike.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
All right, send them out, I'm ready.
I'm proud of myself. I dropped for a second. And then like I looked back, I'm like, I brought everyone into that last time, I think, because everyone behind me was at a 102. Wore myself out doing it, but it's worth it.
Mike,
Yo,
got stock exhaust.
perfect.
All right, everyone, we are back here, and we're about to start Mini GP Pro. We have got a really big field right here with a lot of great talent here. We got Grayson, right here, so it's going to be really, really good. Grayson Carrera on the grid right here. Carter Dreyer starting in second. Caleb Glover, Logan Evans, Alex Coffrey, Gavin Adams, Cole Peterman, Taylor Gregg, Malachi Eves, Jamie Hampel, Zoe Hampel, Tiffany Clark. So this will be a really, really interesting one. Caleb Glover right there, looking really positive here. Carter Dreyer looking hungry for another one right here as Grayson Carrera looking to make it 3, but he's got some stiff competition right behind him here. Taylor Gregg right there as well. So a lot of great riders here. Here we go. The green flag is about to drop for Mini GP Pro kids. Here we go. Grayson Carrera right there with another hole shot, but it looks like Carter Dreyer was maybe about to put it in the inside of here, turn 1. this will be an interesting one for sure. And it looks like, yep, Grayson has just pinched him off right there. So Carter right there in the second place spot, as it looks like Caleb Glover right there got it into the third place spot. So it looks like they're all staggered up right now. But, of course, 12 laps of grueling competition coming up here in Mini GP Pro.
All right, Mini GP Pro. Mini GP Pro is that next level up where we allow the kids on the 110 bikes to kind of move their way up and get closer to that next step of being bumped up to an adult class. So you've got some kids out here that are on 125cc bikes that are the bikes that they would be riding when they bump up to a stock 125 class. A lot of the other kids, it's kind of a second class for them to ride on their 110s just to keep getting some more seat time on a bigger bike. And then you got like those really cool two-strokes like what Carter is on, which is an NSF 50. So super cool two-stroke that he's out there on a GP chassis, rolling around, doing his thing, having a blast. Most of everybody else is on 110s. You've got Jamie on a TTR 125. I can't tell who's that in front of Jamie. Is that Gavin? I think that's Gavin. Gavin is also on a TTR 125 in front of Jamie. And then you've got Logan on a Grom 125 there as well. So super, super cool, kind of diverse class that allows the kids to try something different than what they're used to on some of the smaller classes.
Yeah, a lot of different machines, as you spoke about right there, as Grayson Carrera is still holding that lead right there, as we're going to see Carter Dreyer with the second place spot on that 50 right there. So the field is stretching out here. Great battle for third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, and eighth, and ninth. As the rest of the riders stream through here early in this event. Grayson Carrera right there with, looks like it's going to be an 8-bike length lead over right there of Carter Dreyer. So those two are pulling out the pin right here as the rest of the riders stream through. Here we go. The battle for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. It is looking really, really good here.
Oh, yeah. How could I forget the really cool bike that Taylor Gregg is on? Taylor Gregg's on an NSF 100. Super cool bike, right? He's also kind of gone through the program a lot for the last couple of years, and he's starting to click now. Dad and I were having chit-chats over the summer, sending me pictures of what Taylor was doing. And at one point, I couldn't believe it was Taylor that I was looking in the pictures. I'm like, bro, who is that? Who are you guys helping you coach? He goes, Mike, what are you talking about? That's Taylor. I go, bro, that's not Taylor. When I saw pictures from Taylor a month ago, this ain't Taylor. He goes, yeah, well, we got him a bigger suit, and all of a sudden, voila, this is what I got. I go, magic, what the little things do. So Taylor's also looking really, really good on a really, really cool bike. So, again, a lot of different diversity on the motorcycles that are out here. Most of them are all pretty equal in horsepower and kind of setup. And again, it's kind of like that stepping stone before the kids work their way up to the next step, which would be the adult classes with the stock 125 and so on and so forth.
Yeah, talking a little bit more about Taylor Gregg right there as he is bringing up the rear right there. But his bike, and of course Heron Compound, he's been there quite a bit, and it's really helped his ride. And talking to his dad a little earlier, great family all the way around right there. So really cool to see them. But Grayson Carrera right there still holding the lead as he holds number one over Carter Dreyer on that Honda as they are stretching out. But the battle in the back here, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh are just streaming through here. A lot of great battles coming here.
Yeah, it looks like Jamie just worked her way up from fifth into third, fourth. No, she's in third. So Jamie's made her way into third. Cooper and Grayson are running, let's see here, 56.8 for Gray and 57.1 for Carter. So very, very close on lap times there. Jamie makes a little mistake coming out to the front straightaway. Let's see if that's going to cause her any. You've got Logan, you've got Alex, you've got, I think that's Gavin, and then Caleb right behind them. Caleb might be able to grab onto this group here, and if he stays patient, he might be able to work his way through, because if the more they battle, the slower they're going to go. Let's see what else we got. Gray's about to get into some lappers here now. He's got Zoe in front of him. Let's see if Zoe gives him leeway, if he's able to make his way through, or if this allows Carter to catch up. Gray makes his way around Zoe. Simple, no big issue there. Carter will get by her here on the front straightaway, so no major issue for Carter there. Let's see that lap. Carter actually went faster that lap. So Carter ran a 56.9 there, and Gray ran a 57.4. So Carter's starting to feel it. he can see Gray closer to him. So let's see if Carter gets motivated here with his carrot and starts making a move on Gray. Let's see if Gray can work his way around that one little issue he had there. Let's see, because he's about to come up to another lapper here shortly with Tiffany. And Carter is making the gap smaller. Carter is coming. He's found something. Carter has found something, and he is coming. That's gone from a 10 bike length gap to about 5 and getting closer. And they're going to catch the lapper on the tightest section of the track. So let's see what happens here. Tiffany sticks to her line nice and easy. Grayson makes his way around. Carter got stuck behind Tiffany. Gave him a little bit of a gap there. And let's see what happens now. Let's see on that lap. Gray ran a 57.4. Carter was still quicker, 57.1. So Carter is still coming. And we've got about 5 laps left. So let's see what happens here as we get closer to that one.
Yeah, Carter has definitely made up the ground right here as he is doing really, really well here, trying to hold Grayson in his sights here. But the battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th is still continuing to be a great one. As we see Taylor Gregg out there still battling it out for that position in the rear right there. That bike is beautiful. Blue and yellow wheels right there. Awesome combination. But, yep, looks like Carter Dreyer right there has made a lot of ground up on Grayson Carrera. So this one's going to go down to the final laps here as Grayson looking right there, and yes, that is him right there. So Carter Dreyer is putting the door down right here on Grayson Carrera. As Grayson Carrera trying to stick it back out, so it's back down. It's back up to about an 8 bike length lead, but they will be getting into some more lappers as we start this next lap.
And Carter's still lapping faster, man. Carter is still lapping faster. He just lapped a 56.7, and Gray lapped a 57 flat. So Carter is making up ground little by little. I wonder where Gray has an advantage over Carter right now. I haven't been able to notice it, but Carter is definitely, and this right now, 2 lappers in 1 turn. Carter can smell it. Carter can smell it. Let's see what happens here. What lines is going to pick who? Grayson's on the outside. On the inside, makes his way. Is Carter going to be able to do it as well? Carter stuffs it in there as well. He is not letting Grayson go at all, and now he's right on him. From a 5 bike length down to 1. The heat is on. Let's see what these two do now. They've got about 4 laps left to go. Let's see what happens.
This will be an interesting one as Carter Dreyer is not going to let Grayson Carrera have another one here. As much as Grayson wants it, he is going to have to work for this one. It's not going to be the big bike length lead as he's had all day in the different classes he's rode, but Carter Dreyer really running right there and really showing Grayson Carrera that, hey, I want to have this victory here, and this one's going to go down to the wire. It's amazing. It pulled it down from 10 lengths all the way down to about 1 to 2 lengths now. So is he going to set him up for the last lap? We will see. I'll see.
And for Aaron Dreyer, which is Carter's dad, and for me, this is bringing back memories, bro. This is nostalgia because this is literally Julian and Avery 3-4 years ago is what this was. So this is super cool. I don't know where Aaron's hiding. He's around here somewhere watching this race. I'm sure pulling his hair out, just like I'm doing the same sit here. But this is what our older sons were doing a couple of years ago. And here they come front straightaway again. Grayson's still holding the lead. Carter is right there. Let's see what kind of lap times these are. Let's see. Grayson ran a 56.1 and Carter ran a 56.2. So now they are on identical lap times here. Super, super close. It's going to be up to about who wants it more.
Good point right there as they are both going for it. And I was there for those earlier races when we were talking about Julian and Avery. What great races right there. They were going for it. So, that's some rider activity there. So we need to bring out. Have a rider down over here, so hopefully that rider is okay. As the race resumes, here we have Mike Carrera going out there to check on that fallen rider. Yellow flag is going to be coming out for everybody here, so waving yellow is coming out. The riders need to be careful as they make their way around this tricky circuit here. Yellow flags are out around the track. Hopefully that rider is okay when you get an identification on that rider. As the race still progresses here, there's no passing on a yellow right here. So we have Grayson Carrera, Carter Dreyer as they are going to go for it here. I think the red flag is going to come out here. Red flag is going to come out. Up. Hold on 1 second. Red flag has come out. Red flag has come out on this Mini GP Pro class here. Red flag has come out. All right, everyone. We're going to have a few missing ones here on the grid right here. That's all good, though. It's still going to be an interesting race as we were going to start this stock 125 class. Isaac Woodworth, Sam Clark, Pat Ryan. It looks like he's going to be missing from the grid. Sam Clark will be missing from the grid as well, as Isaac Woodworth is going to start from the pole position. Ella right there. Ella Dreyer is right there. Matthew Odom. A lot of great riders in this field as they go for it here. It looks like it's me, Isaac Woodworth. He has put on some victories already today. We had a little interview of him earlier, and it looks like he's going to finish right here. Looks like he's about to go into turn 1, leading the race here. This one's going to battle out to be a really, really good one to the end here. But Pat Sheridan and Sam Clark are going to be out of this one, so it's going to stack the field up a little bit more where those guys were taking off a little earlier. So we will see some changing of the guard here in this class. As these riders stream through, Isaac Woodworth doing the business as always right here, leading the field as Ella Dreyer right there sitting in the 3rd place spot. As the rest of the riders stream through, John Wahlberg right there looking really, really good and about the 5th place position, so he's looking to make up some ground too in this class. Anything is possible in this stock 125 class. This is going to be 12 laps. Riders are streaming through here. Isaac Woodworth still doing the business here as he has taken the lead. Yep, Devin Houston right there in the 2nd place spot. So he's trying to keep Isaac Woodworth right there in his sights as Devin right there is going for it. Devin Houston right there has really, really shown some really good promise on that Z125 today. Doing really good in his qualifying sessions. Ella Dreyer right there still holding on to the 3rd place spot. Matthew Odom looks like he's in the mix as well ahead of John Wahlberg. So all 3 of these riders are really, really going for it. As we see, Isaac Woodworth is what he does. He likes to lead these races. He likes to put some gap right there. But Devin Houston is looking like he's not going to have any of that. He wants to keep him in his sights. We still got a lot of laps left in this race. So we're going to have 10 laps to go when it comes around. But Isaac Woodworth going onto the front straightaway here, making this all his own so far. But Devin Houston is right on his heels. As we see, Ella Dreyer, looks like Matthew Odom right there in the 4th place position, I assume, right there. John Wahlberg right there holding on to that 5th place position as they are all going through here. Going through turn 1 very nice and clean. But Isaac Woodworth looks like he's going to about to hold that right there to about a 7 to 8 bike length lead over Devin Houston. Very exciting stuff in this class. Always an exciting one to watch. Appreciate all the fans and all the support for Facebook Live, YouTube Live, watching us all here on South Florida Main GP from Andersen Race Park on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. But Isaac Woodworth putting down the laps here as Devin Houston trying to come up with something that he can do right here. He is really, really trying. Ella right there getting a little bit of, getting some, basically right here is holding on to that 3rd place spot by just a little bit by Matthew Odom as John Wahlberg losing a little touch with the 4th and the 3rd place riders. But they are still streaming through here as the leader. Isaac Woodworth makes another lap here. He is really looking good on that Honda Grom. You have Z125 of Devin Houston right there, really, really running strong as well. Ella Dreyer still holding on to that 3rd place spot over Matthew Odom. Matthew Odom is really running good, coming back out of retirement right here and really, really strong. John Wahlberg right there on that TTR 125, really, really running good too. As the rest of the riders stream through here. But it is all Isaac Woodworth. As he keeps opening up that gap. It was about a 5 bike length lead. Now he's opened it up to about 11 bike lengths. So Isaac Woodworth not playing around here. He wants to get as many victories as he can here at Andersen Race Park, and he wants to open up that gap in the championship as well. He already told us earlier the ambitions is go to MotoGP, go to Moto America like every other rider wants to do. So that's what a lot of this is going here. Take it away, Michael.
All right, so I got some good news and I got some bad news. The good news is we've given you a whole ton of live feed. The bad news is we've only got about 40 minutes left, so this is probably going to be the last race you guys are going to see on live. I'm sorry about that. The day has run long. Things happen. It's part of racing, but Stock 125. This is the other spec class that we have for the adults. So this is the first class that the kids bump up to once they come of age, once they hit all the different milestones that we want them to hit. And this is another stock class. We take 125cc mics, whether it be a CRF, a TTR, a Grom. On the dirt bike chassis, we like to run 16-inch rims on them. You get some really nice tires out of Kenda or out of Bridgestone BT46s, put them on the bike, and you go out and you play. Really, that's all it is. It's another rider's class. to keep developing the skills, keep working on stuff. The bikes are super light, so they allow you to do stuff that a larger bike wouldn't allow you to do. So that's the nice thing about this class. It's kind of gone up and down in waves, right? As the kids come up, as the adults come and go, people kind of start graduating out of that class and want to be on something a little bit faster. So it's a really nice grassroots class, something easy to get into again. Everything is stock, right? So if you went and you picked up a Grom and you take it literally from the dealership, put some proper tires on it, you can come and ride. Simple. The dirt bikes, you have to get the wheels, which are 16-inch wheels. You can order them from a handful of guys, but it's easy, right? That's what we want to do. We want to make it easy for you to come and join and have some fun.
And that is awesome right there, giving us the specs on that class right there. The live feed has been really, really good today, Michael. I really appreciate Avid Productions having us here at Andersen Race Park, Andersen Race Park, doing all they can. Michael Carrera, thank you very much for having me on board right here today. It's been really, really awesome. Looking forward to doing some more live feed with you. And just a huge thanks to all the YouTube followers, Facebook Live followers. Just awesome. Really, really good to be here. And I'm looking forward to doing this again with you.
Nah, Ryan, I appreciate you coming out and taking your Sunday to come and hang out with us. We truly have fun doing this, dude. Like, you and I can bounce a lot of information off each other, and it's fun. Let's talk about the live feed for a second, though. Avid Production Group stepped up for this round. It's not an easy feat, right? They've got a lot of equipment up there to be able to give you guys what you feed. So I'm going to reach out there. I'm going to pull on some of those heartstrings. If you want to market, right? If you want some spots on the live feed, we can do that. Help us cover the cost of what the live feeds are. We'll create commercials for you. Whether you've got a local business, a business somewhere, any other part of the United States of America, and you think this is something that you feel you enjoy, you want to keep seeing, you want to support the up-and-coming racers, reach out. I'm easy to get a hold of. Reach me out via email, text, Instagram, Facebook. I'm always available. Let's have a conversation. Let's see how we can help each other grow. And at the end of the day, you're putting in funds that are going towards sports. You're putting in funds, same way you do for your little league, same way you do for your soccer league and your basketball league. This is another little league. This is mini GP racing. This is small mini bike racing league, right? So I don't know how many people we've got on the live stream. I'm sure it's bounced up and down throughout the day. Avid Production Groups can get us some of those numbers, I'm sure. But if this is something you feel you want to contribute to, we can give you spots during the day to promote your business, say thank you to you for stepping up and helping support the live feed. So if you're out there, if you're hearing me, you're enjoying what you're seeing, reach out. Let's make something work together. Let's get you out blasted to everyone that's watching us, and let's keep supporting a program that's here for the communities and the families and everybody else around.
Now, like you were saying, man, it's a great cause right here. Avid Productions really stepped it up, and it was really cool. You talked to my girlfriend, Tanya Busman. She was talking about this today. She's never been to a race before, so what was really cool about this was, hey, you're going to be gone on a Sunday. Usually have Sundays and Mondays off, but it was really cool to come here. Invited her. She goes, look, you're going to be working. Don't want to get in the way, but a huge thank you to her for letting me come out today, and all the fans and family and support over the years for myself and everybody here for South Florida Mini GP. This is a really good home for me, and I really, really appreciate everything you all do, and definitely looking forward to the next one. Hopefully we can get Bushnell on the way.
Yeah, fantastic. We've got about 4 laps left in this one, so let's go first call, GP 110. First call, GP 110. We're entering lap 9 of 12 right now. Looks like we've got Isaac in first, followed by Ella in second. Those are our lightweight. I forgot to say that. So the stock 125 class is split into 2 different classes. We've got lightweight, so if you're 150 pounds with your gear on, 150 pounds without your gear. If you're under 150 pounds without your gear on, you go into the lightweight class. If you're 150.1 pounds or over without your gear on, you go into the heavyweight class. So we got rid of the excuse of, bro, I don't want to go out there and battle with some kids. I'm never going to beat them. Okay, well, now you're in the heavyweight class. Your other guys that weigh the same that you do. Let's go out and have some fun. We removed another excuse. Bam.
That is amazing right there to see the different weight limits and different classes here, as this class has always been promised right there. And it looks like we have to go back to the leaderboard here. Looks like Ella Dreyer right there. Everything is going smooth here, everybody's way. And that battle right there, we've had so many great battles along the track. You see John Wahlberg making his way around the crew here. It looks like Ella Dreyer right there still holding on to the 3rd place spot, but Matthew Odom is not giving that up about a fight. So Matthew Odom sticking in there with Ella Dreyer, trying his hardest right here as he's trying to get more horsepower out of that TTR, but it's really cool to see them going for it.
Yeah, and Matt has latched on to Ella, and so since we're running 2 different classes, in the lightweight class, you've got Isaac running in first, Ella running in second. Matt Autumn has tied on to Ella, and has made her the carrot, which makes him in first place in the heavyweight. So Matt Adam is in first place, followed by John Wahlberg, and in third place is Dan Boyce. And I think Dan is on a rental bike. Ha! Dan is on a rental bike. Wait a minute. I'm missing Devin. Does Devin not have a transponder on?
Nope, no transponder.
Oh, should we penalize him? Hold on. Come here, Mrs. Jessie Flo. Come here. I know you're popular on the Instagerms and the Facebookers and all that stuff, so come here. You're going to make a decision about your man, okay? And we're going to let him know you're making a decision. Do we let Devin, or is it Devon? Do we let Devin win heavyweight, or do we say, sorry, bro, you didn't show up, you don't win? Your call.
I think only because it's his birthday.
Oh, it's his birthday. She's pulling the birthday card. All right, fine. So Devin's in first, stock 125 heavyweight, followed by Matt Autumn, and then John Wahlberg is in third. So we're going to give it to him, but he's going to hear it at trophy ceremony. You're the reason he's getting a trophy, because or else we're not giving it to him, all right? So big thanks to Jessie Flo. You can follow her on Instagram. She has a bunch of cool stuff on there too. So again, this is going to be the last race you guys are going to see on our live feed. So big thank you to Abbott Production Group taking care of us here today on a Sunday, hanging out all day. SFLminigp.com if you want to find out about us. Reach out to me, Mike Correa, my partner here in crime, Ryan Rawls, hanging out the day with me today. Arai Helmets, who takes care of the Spec 50 class. Pirelli Moto USA takes care of the Spec 110 class. So many other people out there. Rap City Designs takes care of our bikes. Just so many people out there that I want to thank and be thankful for everything they do for this organization. Our riders, our families, our friends, without you guys, this wouldn't exist. So big shout out to you guys all. The day's almost over. We've only got 2 rides left. So let's go second call, GP 110, second call. The white flag is going to be coming out here next, followed by a checkered.
All right, Michael, thank you for all that right there. Like I said, this will be the last race in the live feed right here as we're about to pull the white flag out. Isaac Woodworth making this all his own here for this race. He has been solid all day long. I think this is going to be victory number 3 for him.
Third call, GP 110.
Third call, GP 110. Third call, third and final call for GP 110.
11 laps already, right? Is my white flag on that one?
Yes.
Yeah, I fell asleep on that one.
All right, checker flag is coming out here. It's going to be for Isaac Woodworth right here. As they are coming around, Isaac Woodworth making his way around the rest of the track here. As the rest of the riders stream through that battle right there for Ella and Matthew Odom are still going right there as Matthew Odom is first in class. Looks like John Wahlberg's still right there, so he's going to be second in class, so that'll be a good podium spot for him as he's coming out of retirement. There it is, the win and the victory by Isaac Woodworth. John Wahlberg will take a nice second place, as Ella Dreyer right here is going to be making her way around as well. So this one's stacked up really, really nice. All right. Devin Houston right there making it happen. Ella Dreyer still battling it out right there with Matthew Odom. Matthew Odom is really wanting to stick it to her right here, but it looks like Ella's going to have the advantage unless Matthew Odom can pull a rabbit out of the hat when they're going around the rest of the back of this track. Few corners left. Who wants it? Who needs it? As Isaac Woodworth right here comes back around right here, having more fun as it comes back around. There it is. As the rest of the riders right here, Ella Dreyer looks like he's going to hold on to Matthew Odom as that was a really, really good race. Have some more wheelies coming over here for the last live feed of the day. All right. Really, really cool to see everybody here. We do appreciate Abbott Productions as always. South Florida GP. For Ryan Rawls, Michael Carrera, we are out. Thank you so much. We'll see you at Bushnell.